Bonjour! Welcome to Project Morana episode 16. We only have 4 episodes left. We're not ready for that. We're all like, no, it can't end.
Let's keep kicking.
We need
that
a
can.
season 2 already. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not kidding.
and you can support it on Patreon.
That's true.
All new
Support it on
characters for
Patreon.
season 2, because
You
all
support it
the
on-
original ones are dead.
Fair.
I did have a joke that we could do a Bly Manor thing where you all play the same characters but with completely different stories. Which would be funny. But go ahead.
I do
Go
like
ahead. Sorry,
Bly
your
Manor.
intro.
That's interesting. Just like a whole different, like you're still in the same universe, but crazy weird
And
stuff.
same actors.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. The spoopy stuff, you never know. But I mean, we also have some theories. We're like, is there an alternate universe, and we're like traveling to it through these weird dreams? I don't know. I want to hear other people's theories and thoughts. So definitely let us know in the comments, whether if you're watching us on YouTube, and if you're watching us live on Twitch, the chat, go for it. Or Roll4It. I don't know. That didn't really make sense. But before we get going and find out what happens, when we have a love romance and chaos ensuing as people are losing limbs and going crazy because they haven't gotten enough sleep. We'll see what happens. I think Laura's the only one who maybe is not as affected by chaos.
Yeah, I don't
but
think I have
here's the
any
thing.
conditions yet.
She's bringing the chaos because she's like,
Listen.
let's do a ritual. I'm totally fine looking at the dark web and looking at all these things. But
just
you
making a
can't do your
candle.
weird chip thing. Double standard happening here is what I'm seeing.
True.
But before we get into all of that, first and foremost, we would like to thank our sponsor today, Roll20. Also, I always move my hands during this part, and there's a giant Roll20 sign on the screen, so you can't even see me. But Roll20 is the one who has sponsored our episode. If you would like to sponsor our show, just holla at us. We're on the socials. But Roll20 is sponsoring us, and if you're ever curious how we do our character sheets, our rolls, our dice rolls, our maps, whenever we do maps for our shows, there's also been shows where we've integrated some of like the stats automatically updating with our UI on our OBS and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really cool features that you can use with their API, as well as you can make custom sheets, you can make card games, board games, whatever you need to play with your friends virtually, which is really cool. And I think in this day and age when we're doing so much virtual stuff, I think it's such a handy way to be able to hang out with friends. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, all my friends like dispersed when we went to college, and so it is kind of a wonderful way to be able to keep in touch and play games together. Beyond that, we also have merch. You can head on over to designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4it and get yourself a mug or a cozy sweater. 'Tis the season. I can start singing Christmas music right now because it is December, right? I know Kelly's gonna lose their mind, but everyone else, you want to sing some songs? Char was upset that we didn't do like an in-game Christmas scene. I mean, we did, but like not in the same timing as Christmas.
Yeah.
Does the chip cult go caroling?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh my
For like a can
gosh.
drive,
Mm-hmm.
except it's a chip drive.
It's cans of salsa.
Oh my
There we go.
gosh. Yes, I'm in. And beans for bean dip. You could
guac.
do guac. Yeah, there's lots of options, But beyond that, we just do want to remind you we are doing a horror show, so things may be triggering for you, and if that's the case, you are welcome to step away at any point that you want. There's lots of like body dysmorphia, weird stuff going on, so we understand that if that's like really not your thing, step away, and lots of other things. So just if you can't handle that, we understand. But we've told Kelly, we're in, do it, do all the things. So we as players have given our lines of veils and things like that, and we are good for the most part. There's a lot on the table, let's just put it that way. And of course, we would like to thank our supporter today, Hero Sheep. Welcome. Thank you so much. Let's get some roll love in chat for Hero Sheep. And if you would like to become a supporter like Hero Sheep, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a Legend Tier Above. And when you're a Legend Tier Above, you get to play in a private GM'd game by one of our wonderful cast members. And of course, we also have a whole bunch of other goodies ranging from $1 to up. So whatever you can afford, there's lots of really cool rewards like character sheets, behind the scenes, background, character backgrounds for some of our games. I think Fablecraft, which a bunch of us in the cast for Fablecraft were like chatting today because everyone's like, oh, I'm just reminiscing about the year. I feel like we need to make a year in review show because I think for Roll4It we've had some really amazing shows this year and cool one-shots. Thanks to you guys. So we really appreciate our patrons for allowing us to continue to make and create wonderful stories. And also that allows like people to sponsor our shows who see us because they're like, oh, wow, these people are semi-successful in what they're doing. And it means a lot. It may not seem like it, but it means a lot for every one of you to be here and participating and helping us. You can also subscribe to us here on Twitch, and that gets you access to the VODs in advance as well as emotes. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to us through Amazon Prime, which is really cool. You can use your Prime sub. If you don't use your Prime sub, that money just goes to waste. Well, not really. Probably goes to Jeff Bezos, but you know, decide what you want to do with the money.
Potato, tomato.
Yeah. You can also head on over to YouTube and become a YouTube member, and you get access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord where we chat about the things, or Papa Tim reminds us that the after show hasn't gone out. Hey, look, I upload those bad boys. Bentham, get on it. I'm calling him out. Don't come for me, you guys. Go for him. And of course, it's a team effort we to run the show. But right now, I know things are a little crazy with the holidays and stuff like that. But of course, we also understand that not everyone can support us in monetary ways, but there's tons of free ways, like watching us live on Twitch, making clips. We really, really appreciate the clips. So thank you so much for the clips. We keep using all the funny chip clips, but I think because they're just too funny. But we swear this is a horror show, I promise you. And of course, there are, like you can watch us on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment over there. You can follow us on X and Facebook and like, share, reshare, comment, and all of those things. They go a long way to getting people to see what we're doing. And also, if you are on any other social platforms, just sharing this with people and letting people know, like, hey, go check this show out because it's really cool. Or if this show isn't for you, there's plenty of other shows that we have that are of a wide range of genres. And with that, I'm going to shut up and hand it over to our wonderful keeper, Kelly. Traumatize us. We are prepared.
Traumatize me, Captain.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's exam
Make
time.
me into a meat spiral. I mean, he does literally make me into meat spiral.
Listen,
I'm Andy today.
It's not the first time someone's asked me to do that.
No one's ever asked you? Well, it's the first.
We pick off where we left off. We pick up where we left off. I wrote off.
Picking off
many
one
offs.
by one.
One by one. The month of March has cut the stinging chill from the air, and the tough clumps of ice and mud that were the corpses of snow have melted away. Any signs of winter have been replaced with a deluge of rain. Raincouver is a frequently heard and mostly accurate nickname for the city. March has also brought exams, and we have already resolved 2 of the groups. Nate unfortunately struggled on both his exams, but inexplicably passed them nonetheless. He did, however, excel at hockey despite suffering an injury resulting in missing a few games. Andy, through hard work, focus, and burning what little fuel he had left in the tanks, managed to ace every last one of his tests.
Woo!
Not to manage upholding a solid place on the hockey team.
Hell yeah.
Now, without further ado, we'll see how the rest of the group does. So, we're gonna roll a D2, or otherwise known as flipping a coin, to see whether Marie or Laura goes next.
Ooh.
I forgot about this.
Laura.
Laura.
Laura. You You've been studying hard with the group while also pulling all-nighters to make the hair, blood, nail candles.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We're gonna see how you do in your music theory and business classes. So, first off, I will remind you all that because of how well the studying went, you get 3 bonuses, which I actually said by mistake. It was supposed to be 4 because Ben did so well. But
How dare you?
Since we've already had 2 people roll 3,
Rude.
I feel like it's, even though I think your success and your failures wouldn't have been helped by a
Also,
bonus.
which really applies to Katie.
Listen.
So go ahead and give me an accounting roll, and you can add 3 bonuses for all that hard work and studying you've been doing.
I got a 5.
I don't know if they're hardcore studying. The two of them have been probably studying.
Kissing.
Yeah. They just moved in
A
together.
Candle, thank you very much. Well, let's see how this goes.
God.
3 bonuses. Ooh, that 2's gonna really help me out here. Ooh, that 0
56.
really gonna be. Oh god.
Oh no. the
55.
one.
That's not bad. I mean, you could push it if you want to.
Yeah.
But
A
it's up-
5?
You're gonna. Are
You're
you
gonna push a
it?
5?
I don't even know if I'd push that.
Well,
It's a 5. I'm gonna scroll back up just so y'all can see. Katie's like thinking about pushing a 5.
Well, does anything bad happen if I?
Technically, it's an 8.
Yes.
always.
Yes.
Technically, she's pushing an 8. Let's be real. She's
Ah,
pushing
that's right.
Yeah,
So-
that's
so
true.
so
It's an
yeah.
8.
I'll let you know that.
That doesn't make
given-
it better an 8.
I've been informed by the Discord that University isn't this hard, but we're also playing Call of Cthulhu. So I think what'll happen is if you don't push it, you'll get middling, if like barely passable grades.
How else are we supposed to be traumatized people? Come on.
If you push it and fail, you're probably gonna have to like retake the class next semester and spend a little bit more time in university. But that's future Laura's problem.
Shoot, like. Katie wants to push it, but Laura wouldn't. Because it's a 5, like it is a pretty low stake,
It's an
like
8.
a low chance of me succeeding this. So
Give yourself
I
that
will-
extra 3.
I'll take the D I probably got in this class.
I mean, you'll take a different kind of D as well.
Oh,
What?
that's what's happening.
It's one of those episodes,
Oh.
folks.
I need like
One
a
of
bow
those
chicka bow wow
episodes.
sound. I don't know
It
if I
was,
have one.
It was Maggie setting the standard.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
So
I have like
you
a sparkle.
Ooh.
That's the sound.
I don't know.
and then just
I was
sickening,
trying to find
sickening
something.
silence
Want to
afterwards.
get busy?
All right, you
I was trying to find
Magical.
like some kind of love song.
not
Ben uses his
super
wand.
not super excited about your accounting grade.
Nope.
Nope. Which I believe that'll represent part of your business class, because history, which you're going to roll now, will represent the rest of your. Oh no, that'll represent your music theory class. So go ahead and give me a history, 3 bonuses.
All right, I have a little bit better of a score in this one, so let's see. I got a hard success.
Ooh.
Oh, I
You
did
love that
something.
music history.
4.
Actually, that's very fitting. I bet you Laura doesn't even study. I bet you Laura doesn't even study for that. Laura's just a freaking badass when it comes to music.
It makes sense for the
It's
business,
true.
but it makes me
Yeah.
happy I rolled well on this one.
The yeah, you ace, much like Andy, your music theory class. And what I have a question for you, because we know where Laura ends up. How does Laura how does Laura feel about doing so well in music theory? And what does that sort of look like to you, excelling in this class?
It's one of those things like when you first hear about music theory and you see what it is, it's very daunting. It's like one of those things you're like, this is a foreign language. I'm never going to be able to figure this out. But then as she's like doing the class, it's just coming naturally to her, and it's like she doesn't even need to try. And then it starts to become this like validating thing of like, I think music is something I'm supposed to do with my life. And just feeling like I don't even have to try at this. So it just becomes like rhythmic for doing the homework and then doing the test and then passing that test and seeing that grade like in ink, just as a validating life purpose, like reaffirming kind of thing.
As
Nice.
I have like a bachelor's degree in music theory. It's my second degree. And it was like a really easy bachelor's degree comparatively to my healthcare administration classes. Like it was actually fun. Like you get to listen to like different types of music. And,
Well, good thing
yeah.
Maggie's not here to tell Laura that you know what, it's actually
I was
pretty easy.
competing with Maggie in the class.
Yeah, there you go. Like I was actually there though.
Yep. My
Dude,
husband's
I
a
loved
music-
it. It was fun.
Yeah, my husband's a music teacher. He took a lot of music theory, and it was always like the scores and the composing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
which is
that looks-
fun.
Have
You,
fun with that.
like Neo at the end of the Matrix can see the code in the music. And
Ooh.
now for computer use for the rest of your business class.
Dude, you gotta do well in this one because we need you to.
No pressure.
Pressure!
Oh no! That's a
My
pretty.
bonuses.
You
My
could push that one.
bonuses.
Also, that's
That's
a pretty
true.
high one. I
I would
push
push
that
this.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the
I-
do you
At
get
a
to keep the
7,
bonuses?
nice.
Yeah, the bonuses push that to a 67.
Yeah, that's a decent one to
Yeah,
push.
you could if
Mhm.
you have enough luck. You
Oh
could do
yeah,
that.
what's your luck at these days?
It's at 50, so ooh.
Oh.
But wouldn't you want to
I
save your luck for when we're about to do a ritual and
I don't
not
know,
schoolwork?
computer class
I say
seems
push it.
important.
I
Yeah.
say push it. Nail that computer class.
Well, push.
Nail
You
it.
can't. You
I can't
can't
use
lose
luck
luck on
then.
a push.
yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't pushed it. You've just applied bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would be rolling against a 67 then, or
Mm-hmm.
would it be the 53?
You'd have to re-roll the bonuses if you pushed it.
Oh.
I
But
want to
still.
push it.
Yeah.
You want to push it?
I want
Yeah.
What did you
Revving
do
up that
to
engine.
push
Come
it?
on.
How are you pushing this?
I think
I mean-
this is like riding the high of the music class, like just being like, yeah, I can do anything. And then getting into the computer use business class and feeling like, oh, I didn't study any of this. And just like trying to like get my way through it. I start to go into focus mode, hacker mode, and just try to
Nice.
like really hunker down and logically break apart the I don't know what kind of, would it be like a test on a computer?
Yeah, so it would be like yes. I said
It-
last
I
time
was feeling
last
like
time we
maybe
talked
you
about
hacked
computer-
to get the answers.
I was gonna maybe said all your time on the black web or the dark web, but
I think
you
Laura
could
would
become a
probably-
black hat hype hacker.
I
But
think
you could
that-
also, yeah, I think it would be on a computer test, doing like a bit of programming, but also like IT related stuff.
I think instead of hacking my way to a good grade, Laura her brain would be like, I can do this. This is something you know how to do. You're just caught up. You've got a block in your mind right now. You know how to do this stuff. And so it's like kind of clearing the cobwebs because, I've been focused on rituals and candles and,
Mm-hmm.
some other worldly things moving in with my boyfriend. So it's kind of like refocusing and like making myself strong in the fact that I can do this.
All right, go ahead and re-roll.
I'm scared.
Oh. Oh,
It's
you
a
spend the
54
luck on
of a-
that. Oh wait, no,
No,
you get
You don't have to.
bonuses.
I got
Bonuses.
Bonuses!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
succeeded.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh, 8 and 9. So
And
the
it's
original roll was a
23.
53 out of 50, or 54 out of 53.
Yeah,
You
it becomes a 54 out of what? What is that? A 7? Is that a 23? So that's 76. 54 out of 76.
Is that a hard success? How do I math?
I can do calculator real quick.
regardless, I will say
I
that
have a computer.
I'm gonna computer this. So I got a 23 versus 53, right?
Yes.
yeah. So you pass well.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think you're also the fact that you've mostly been, in addition to doing the rituals, spending a lot of time on the computer. It's almost like that learned language thing where like kids who've grown up with computers can learn to use a new one relatively quick. So you similarly like hunker down, and once you start actually taking the test, you realize that like you know a lot of this stuff inherently. And you succeed. I was gonna do Marie next, but Shara stepped away. So we could do Ben next.
Ooh, yeah.
Slide some
Alright.
Ben right in there.
Yeah.
Right after
Um,
Laura, of course.
I was waiting.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it.
he has been relatively preoccupied, but he like we saw with the studying, I think the moment that it was clear that everybody was very much like riding on this, seeing Andy's dedication or like burnout to succeed at this, like seeing how much you were working on other things, Laura, and sort of afraid that you were maybe letting school slip, he did hunker down himself. So we're gonna have him roll history for his film class, and hope he does. Oh, hey, similar to Laura, he's not too good at this. I don't know why I chose this one for him.
What is it?
Here we are. He's got a 5
Oh no.
In film.
in history.
Ooh.
It kind of represents the same thing where like he knows film, but applying it to an actual education is difficult.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you like something, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good at it.
Oh no.
94.
94 out of
Oh.
5, and then with bonuses.
He's learning
Is
where
he-
his strengths are.
Even if they got maximum penalty or bonus on it, they would not succeed.
Yeah, it would reduce by 30. Is he gonna push this one? I think
A 5? That's crazy.
Listen,
think-
People
it's
talk.
tempting.
he's not going to.
Yeah, apparently it's tempting for Katie.
I think knowing, I don't know. I think it's sort of that like thing where he like comes out of the class more angry at the university that like the shit that they're teaching is not knowing film. Like I know more than the
Mm.
professor kind of thing. This is just like busy work kind of deal.
Arrogance. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Computer use.
That's
For
a
his
normal young
computer-
adult thing, honestly, though.
His computer science class that he has been practicing.
He's
with his
been checking
girlfriend.
out Laura's booty during this, so.
Yeah. My lord. Whoa.
Oh, and still
Yes!
succeeding.
I helped him study.
Hard success.
Hell yes. Yeah, I think like you understand the fundamentals so well that once it starts to come down to like his classes and stuff, it's like it's easy for you to explain things to him. And he does very well on his computer usage, which is probably fine. Now his art. So here's the thing, y'all. You could, I think Andy was the only one who added a skill that was applicable directly to the thing that he was learning, which was chemistry. Ben did the same thing. He has a painting skill, so I'm gonna roll that for him.
Chemistry.
Oh,
He could push.
I mean,
he could
yeah.
spend luck, right? He has
Like,
luck.
yeah.
he's gonna get the bonuses.
Oh, yeah, he gets
Oh,
bonus, yeah.
bonuses.
So it's a 30.
GG.
It's a 23, 22. I mean, you've
Nice.
all seen you've seen Ben's art. Similar in the way that the film class to him was sort of busy work. I think you saw a lot of the true Ben in the paintings that he made for each of you for your birthdays. And so doing the assignments were just filling in the boxes. Like he would get an assignment to do like a landscape piece, and it would take him like, you would go to the botanical garden together and he would paint it that afternoon and be done his like 2-week assignment basically. And then had more time for, you know, experimental art.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it these days.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know the scene from Titanic, right? Marie.
Oh my
I bet you
goodness.
there's a ton of those, honestly.
When we enter his house in the future, is there just a wall of Laura?
Naked
Like,
Laura
that was painted
everywhere.
during this period?
Oh my god, and Carl sees it?
Oh no.
No, not Carl. Liam went in there.
Alright, what am I rolling? I don't even know what I'm in school for anymore.
So
You're a
you
writer.
You're doing your literature, creative writing, writing for process and practice, and writing for genre fiction. But to make things nice and uniform, you're only rolling 3. So history is going to be your first roll. And remember, you can add 3 bonuses.
Oh god, my history is so low. Here we go.
You're all in school, so it makes sense.
No,
Oh.
impossible. No way. 78 versus 6. I'll still roll them, but nope.
I mean, you can push it.
No way. I'm not pushing a 6.
So this would be your
God.
like your literature. So having to read all the old dusty old writings.
She doesn't
of,
read, she writes, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's basically a class about learning about old men who wrote stories. But you don't do too well in it. So for
Wrote
your
stories that aren't real, too. History. No, I'm just kidding.
No wonder I can't get published.
Aww.
Brutal.
Go ahead and roll your writing.
Okay, this one we have a better chance. I probably just jinxed myself. Yep.
Oh no!
Oh no.
And because your stat is below 60, a 99 is a fumble.
No!
I would push that.
Can I even push a fumble? No,
I
right?
don't think
Oh, I
so.
don't know.
This is really bad now.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I'm so
no.
sad. Poor Marie.
Oh no.
This is her #1 goal in life. Oh, man.
I'll leave it up to you why you're doing so poorly. And I will remind you that last episode, within the month, you were informed that you did not make it for your short story. Also, you're pregnant.
And Andy's being weird AF.
So pick your poison.
Everything is terrible.
maybe make it a king's cup if you want.
And it's definitely I think it's all compounding onto Marie right now. But the #1 thing is that she knows that she needs to treat her body well, because she's not just living for herself, but she's living for 2. So I think that, like, she doesn't spend the extra time, studying and rewriting, and she does her best, but unfortunately her best just wasn't good enough for this class. Or, that prof is out to get her, okay?
Maybe you need to do a ritual to,
Curse the professor?
Yeah.
No, you know how, like, what's the show where, like, they each do a ritual to, like, make something better about themselves, and then, like, they do other stuff that messes stuff up, but...
The Kardashians, right. Because you fumbled that, we can
Stress.
we can kind of veil this a little bit, but I think that despite your best efforts, you do run into the patriarchy.
Patriarchal? Oh.
Patriarchal nature of writing, where it's a lot of
Mm.
your Poes, your Hemingways, even the transphobic writer that we know today had to go under a male pen name for a while. And I think Marie, unfortunately, has fallen a bit victim to that structure.
Bullshit.
So
You got
much
the
so that
George Eliot treatment.
Yeah.
you have the option to retake the class next semester, but you were politely hinted that maybe something else might be a better option for you.
God. What a knife to the heart.
Despite all that, you still have 2 more classes, and we're
Ugh.
gonna encompass them with library use.
Okay. I'm not saying anything this time because it hadn't worked out well for me before.
Ooh,
Nice.
That sounded good. Okay, 39 versus 50. Phew.
um,
And we'll get even better with my 1, 7, and 6 pretty good bonuses.
you do very well, and you do pass your classes. It unfortunately does add credence in the professor's minds that perhaps bookkeeping or librarian would be better suited for you.
This just fuels me with fire to destroy them all.
Also,
my
keep
skill.
this in mind just for future RPing purposes. But your husband did ace every single one of his classes. Just an FYI, just a reminder, just throwing that up there,
Just to rub it in even more. It's fine.
just in case you needed to remember that. But that's it. That's all of your exams. I hope that was the most horrifying part that I had written out.
It is very.
I don't know why.
terrible.
It gives me anxiety every single time. I'm like, oh.
The date is Friday, March 17th, 1995. The time is 8:14 p.m. With all of the exams completed and your vacation week on the horizon, the chip cult gets a much-deserved moment of respite. The question is, which apartment are you hanging out in?
Ooh, and yeah. I feel like probably ours because did they get furniture? They're sleeping on our like baby's future bed.
It's been a bit.
That is
They got
true.
hand-me-downs and people moving out leave stuff in the back alley and you can grab that. There's a few good thrift stores in Vancouver to grab stuff. So I think it's looking very much like
House
college
warming party.
expanded college dorm with tons of paintings on the wall.
Too many nudes. That's why we don't have parties there.
You're like, we
Way
can't hang out
too
at
many.
Laura and Ben's. I think we thrifted a lot. Like, I think that we kind of piecemealed and made our little patchwork home together. But I know Andy and Marie have a much bigger home or bigger area.
Well, we could do like a housewarming party. Chip cult housewarming party.
This also is a good night if you would like to
Oh yeah, spell.
light the candle.
Well, I have a question for Nate.
Yes.
I know Ben, Laura, and Nate all know about this, but Marie is still in the dark. Thinks it's play.
Andy doesn't know
And
either.
Yeah, Andy doesn't know anything. So how are we telling them? Would we broach the topic with them? Are we?
No.
We can have a scene in your apartment right now with the 3 of you hanging out before going to the full hangout session.
Yeah, I think
guac.
I would advocate that we do it either before the hangout or after the hangout. Possibly
We do it
before.
before.
Yeah, so that we
'Cause
can then
then
go.
If you
we can be
don't
like,
show
"Oh,
up, Marie and Andy are like, what's going on?
Are we doing it without them?
Well, here.
We were never gonna have them involved.
Oh, I thought it had some. I thought it because wasn't the point to like protect them or something?
Well, that's another spell. That's the create bulla spell or something. Like it's something That's a separate one. This is its own thing. And I gesture
Okay.
towards this beautifully crafted candle that I've carved all of Nate's words into.
I just imagine it's like been sitting on like a shelf for the last couple of weeks.
So, I mean,
So we're doing this
when are we
now
gonna do
then?
I mean, I don't
Um,
think it'll take that long based on what I read. Nate has to do a pertinent activity, which we
we
got to
have the
figure out.
Ouija board, right?
Yeah, I think the Ouija board makes sense because that's how you met Wanjala. So that seems
And
like the pertinent activity, and you have to be the one to light it, and then you have to recite some words.
okay.
And then you see Laura go over to her book and just start flipping through all this handwritten notes. Okay. So you have to say these words. I mean, it's not that long, and I guess maybe we light the candle, you say this, and then we're done? Like, I
Hmm.
mean, it would a few minutes maybe?
So it doesn't say how long. We don't need to wait for the whole candle to burn out. Nothing like that. You just light the candle for a little bit, say the words, have the item, and that's it.
I guess it doesn't really say if we have to wait for the candle to burn out, but that would be a long time. And it just says light the candle, you say these words, and then you do the pertinent activity. And I mean, if we're gonna wait, it's gonna be hours before that candle is gone.
It's pretty big. Um,
Couldn't have made such a
I mean,
big
that's-
candle.
that's kind of
I-
why I thought like we would do it with them. We would do it while we're hanging out, just have it burning in the corner and be like, hey,
We could do that, maybe, but
Laura's
would that
got
break?
into crafts.
Would that sort of break the I don't know, the atmosphere? Like how, like when I mean, not that I do this, but hotboxing, and then you open the door and then all of it's gone.
You don't do that?
I can't. They drug test me.
Oh,
Well, not now. You're not playing.
Well,
we could do it on break once.
I got a truck out back. Anyways, yes, I know. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that might kind of throw things off if we do it and they're here. Do we need to be present while it burns?
And I'm scanning through my notes. It doesn't say that we need to. It's just that you have to be the one to light it. You say these words and you do the activity. And I'll like turn the notebook around, and if you scan through it, you can like read it and see if there is anything that. I'll put it in the group chat just so people can read it.
Okay.
Give me an occult roll, Nate.
Okay, I was just about to ask that because I'm like, I want to see what I feel about this with my whopping 5 in occult. Here we
Nice.
go. It's a 92 versus 5.
Wow.
I mean, it's all straightforward there in black and white, unless Laura uses like gel pens or anything like that. It was the 90s.
I think she has some glitter pens, but it's mostly like black ink.
Yeah, this seems important. You light it. The only instructions are light it, recite the words, do a pertinent activity. It takes you a while to understand what supplicant means, but after the dog-eared page of the dictionary that Laura has with supplicant, you understand that it is you. Your hair is in it, your nails are in it, your blood is in it, your words are on it, and you are the one to light it.
Okay. One thing is though that it says it's a day-long ritual. If we
That was to make the candle.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Laura
Okay.
was up like a whole day. That might have been why the tests were hard.
Yeah, I didn't do so well in business class, but
But we
I
aced
got-
we all aced computer use.
Yes, we did, and then I high-fived Ben. I think it's okay. Can I roll or rack my brain to see if I have come across anything in my reading about ritual length?
Give me an occult.
Mine's just as bad as Nate's.
While she's doing that, there's something else that I would like to try.
Why are we doing this?
I got a failure, 76 versus 5.
Oh boy.
While she is also floundering, trying to see if there's anything.
One
that
sec.
she
Let
can-
me push this button real quick. Yeah.
Uh,
Ben also
Okay.
not so good at occult.
All of us rocking a 5.
54 out of 5.
Why are you doing
Ugh.
this
Why-
without me?
Why would you know occult things?
I've been on the dark web. I know what I'm doing.
I mean, Marie reads weird stuff.
Yeah, Marie might have actually succeeded. I'd like to say, wait, maybe there's another way to make this, to get this information. I don't know if he would know all the details about what we need to do, but maybe he would have an idea of like the energy, like how much energy there is, and how long it might take to get to disperse it.
Who?
Jala.
Oh, right.
We can ask Wanjala.
Well, if you're going to talk to him, why don't you just light the candle and then talk to him? And then if it works, it works.
Well, I have to
I
say
can
the
make
magic
it-
words too.
If it fails, I can make the next candle. I don't mind.
Well, let's
I just
try
want
to let's try to make it not fail. You know.
Yeah. Let's ask him first, and then maybe he can stay for a little bit while we light the candle and leave whenever he feels, he can.
All right.
All right.
Ben,
Do we have other candles we
at-
can light? Just,
And I think like you see Laura go into the kitchen to like a garbage drawer where there's like scissors and pens, and there's like a couple tea lights and like a half burned oh god, what's the brand that everybody has?
Bath
Yankee
and Body
candle.
Works?
They're Bath and Body
Yankee,
Works,
yeah,
like,
Yankee candles.
Yankee candles. Like just pulls out like these like really half burnt things and just kind of scatters them all over the counter. Does this work?
Yeah. I don't think it's about a specific kind.
This one smells like a beach.
Sounds nice.
And
Let's
I'll
use that one.
start lighting the candles for Nate.
All right. Once the candles are lit and all the lights are off, other than the candles, I'll be like, I'm gonna close my eyes and say, Wanjala, would you please come and speak to me and let me know? I have some very important questions to ask you. We're trying to help you. I want to send you back to your family. I want to get you out of here, but I want to make sure we're doing it right. And I have some questions I wanted to ask you. Please, Wanjala? Pretty please?
Your eyes are closed, right?
I
Other
open
than
one.
that, the moment that you open one of them. Both of you give me a spot hidden.
Including me?
Oh,
Yes.
72 versus 39.
I see a ghost, I'm gonna freak out. 32 versus 25.
Oh, you could spend luck on that.
I was gonna I'm gonna
That's
do
only
it.
7 points, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 7 of my 50 luck to meet the 25 on this.
As
Kelly
Nate,
giggling over there. What was
I'm just excited
that?
for the time that you need 40 some odd luck in the future.
Don't
Well,
say
she still got
that.
43.
I
So.
got 43.
Don't roll a 80 something. You look over between Nate and Ben as Nate is saying this out loud, and you notice Ben like deflate a bit as this haphazard ritual is kind of set up, and he's almost looking longingly at the candle,
I'll
the one
quietly
you made.
Oh, the one that I made. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Nate keep doing his thing, and I'm gonna saddle up next to Benjamin and quietly ask, "Are you okay?" And kind of just like a touch of the arm to kind of hopefully pull him
He
out of.
looks over at you and like whispering as quiet as he can. He said, I just really hope that it works. And if we can't get information from a ghost. I don't want to not do it.
Do you have a part of you that doesn't want to do it?
No, every part of me wants to do it.
You know, I don't know
want
if
it
we're
to-
supposed to let it go or not.
We'll see. I just really want this to work.
Do I know why Ben wants this to work?
Yes. He's been pretty open with you about it. The depression that followed his parents' death is still lingering under the skin. The practiced smiles and the moments of forced joy hide the desire that he revealed to you a few months ago of wanting to find a way to talk to his parents. And this ritual represents the first step in legitimizing that as a possibility.
If this works, it means you know what it means, and so I'm trying everything in my power to make sure it works. And I think that's why Nate's trying to contact a ghost to see that we don't fail this so that it does work.
I know. And he just grabs your hand and looks at Nate as Nate opens one eye and starts looking around.
I'll squeeze Ben's hand. Nate, is it working?
I don't see him, right? Storyteller?
Roll me a power.
Power! All right, here we go.
Power.
24 versus 40, baby.
Ooh, here we go.
That's right.
As the candles around you flicker a bit, you feel that sort of cold approach that you recognize when somewhere in the room Wanjala has presented himself to you. You just don't see him.
I'm gonna hold up both hands and be like, and open my other eye, like with one eye sort of like open and the other one like creeping open. Is Wanjala, are you here? Can you speak? Can you speak to me?
Andy,
Yeah.
you know that your friends are going to be coming over tonight.
Oh, okay.
It's about. Oh no.
No. Oh. I got excited.
No. Go back.
I'm
That's
like,
the
my-
clip right there.
My friends are coming over. Oh
No,
no.
go back.
Okay.
Go back. This is not a happy scene.
My friends are not coming over.
Don't you dare release that tension.
You know that your friends are coming over. It's about 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
and you're sitting on the couch in your living room. Emotionally, you feel relief from the results of your exams. Mentally and physically, you still feel drained. Marie.
I think Andy is not. Andy normally helps set up, is like moving things around. Like if Marie asks for something, Andy's getting up and doing that. But and Andy's usually like more into it. Andy's just kind of on the couch, just being a total bum.
Well, that's my question. Because Marie, things also have not been going great. And whether or not, however much you put into setting up the apartment for your friends to come tonight, you were feeling a bit tired and took a nap in your bed. So you lie there at around 8:30 p.m., awake in bed, the faint sound of the TV in the next room playing. Both of you roll me a spot hidden.
Oh my god.
Something crawls out of the
I'm
closet.
scared. Oh, I fail. I don't see it. It's okay. 66 versus 25.
I have a decent spot hidden, so I might see it.
Oh.
27 out of 50.
Yeah.
Marie, you sit in bed. You can hear the sound of the rain outside hitting up against a flag that's just sort of like rattling against the pole. What are you thinking about right now?
I think silent tears are falling on Marie's pillow right now. And she just is like, I'm so overwhelmed. I am feeling like a failure. I feel sick and tired, so I'm feeling like I'm like failing as a machine that's supposed to be growing another body right now. And I'm just trying to make it through the day, taking 10 minutes on this bed in our room by myself.
And Andy, as you sit on the couch, the TV sort of obscuring the sound of the water outside, you hear crying faintly.
Where's this crying coming from? What is it? What does it sound? Does it sound like Marie crying?
No. It's coming from the baby's room.
What does it sound like? Does it sound like a baby crying?
The more you listen and maybe mute the TV, it's sort of that like hiccuping, sort of wheezing crying, but it doesn't sound solid. It almost sounds ethereal, almost like it's coming from someone else's apartment, but in the direction of the child's room.
Yeah, I think Andy mutes the TV and then turns it off. And then kind of slowly starts walking towards the room. Does the sound get louder as I walk closer to the room?
Slightly. And it still doesn't really sound like it's coming from the room. But as you walk in, you hear shh, like something sliding across the floor.
Andy hits the light.
You see the rocking chair kind of shaking a bit, and a small chip-shaped planchette sitting next to it.
What the heck? How'd you get there?
Andy will pick the planchette up and look around.
And as you stand
did
up,
it fall or did it
you
drop
see a
from
mass.
someplace?
You see a mass in the crib.
Andy clutches the planchette like a weapon and slowly moves towards the crib.
As you slowly move, it almost looks like a bundle of blankets, small and in the center of the crib.
Annie puts their hand slowly into the crib and unwraps this wad of blankets.
As you grab the edge of it and start to slowly pull, the mass almost collapses as you're just holding a blanket. And you feel a solid force hit you in the shoulder and almost spin you around as if someone knocked into you. And turns you towards the window where you can see the faintest of silhouette behind the curtains, shaped like a human.
What the fuck?
Andy like tries to like look out the window to see who that is.
As you walk up to the window and pull aside the curtain, there's nothing behind it. And you can hear that faint crying off in the distance, muffled a bit by the screams of what sounds like a woman. And again, it almost sounds like it's coming from a different apartment or far enough away, but only audible in this space.
Hey!
And Andy like bangs on the window, like shouts. Are the windows openable? Like, are they like the push ones? Are they slide ones? What kind of?
Yeah, they're the ones that you like pull, you turn the lock and then you can push it and they sort of swivel outward.
Yeah, he swivels it out a little bit, but not too much that the rain comes in, and just like kind of shouts out the window.
As you do, the sound of the rain becomes louder and sort of obscures the sound of the screaming and the crying. And as you call out, you see a couple with umbrellas walking outside sort of turn to you, and one of them flips you off and keeps walking.
Annie rolls her eyes and closes the window back, and then moves back in the hallway and like stands there to listen to where the sound is coming from. And I heard like a woman scream.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just opened the door to check on Marie first.
She's just quietly, she looks like she's sleeping.
Can I hear Marie crying?
No, the sound is distant now. More distant than it was before.
And he closes the door really slowly to not wake Marie up, and then goes out the door to find the sound. But is there something I can grab that I can use as like some kind of weapon, like a bat?
As you turn to look in the living room, you see the back of a man's head sitting on the couch that you had just been sitting on.
Do I recognize it? Does it look like Nate's head?
No, it's larger and much more unkempt hair.
Is there something that I can use as a weapon nearby me? Ooh, kitchen knife.
You have one of those magnetic strip kitchen knife holders.
And he will quietly try to grab the kitchen knife and move towards the couch.
Do you ever turn around?
No, my eyes are on this thing that's on my couch. Who the hell is that?
And as you grip the knife, he doesn't move.
Hey, man. I don't know what you're doing in here, but just get the fuck out.
His head snaps, looking to the right, directly at the baby's room, and you hear a slam of the front door behind you.
Is he on the couch?
He's still just looking at the baby's room.
He looked at the baby's room? What does he look like? Does he look like a...
He's a strong-looking, dark-skinned man with sort of like unkempt, almost like dreaded hair. You don't see any clothes. His head is sort of like, you won't like, basically just from the chin up is visible from the couch. You don't recognize him.
Dude, I don't know what you're doing in my house, but what the hell?
The screaming gets louder and the crying continues, as you almost hear maybe from the apartment above you, the sound of heavy boot steps.
What did you do? Did you hurt somebody?
Nothing.
Andy's now like keeping an eye on this guy, but slowly moving to where their bedroom is because he's going to try to get himself and Marie out of here. Hopefully, not with this murderer or whoever this person is that's in their house.
All right. As you back up, almost like a billowing curtain, this figure stands off the couch and makes their way into the baby's bedroom and disappears around the corner.
Did it look like it was standing and walking like a normal person, or like some weird like?
Again, kind of like the billowing, like the head was the top of a curtain that waves in the wind, and by the time a ripple through the curtain ends, he was through the door and left.
What the fuck?
Annie will run to the door, swing open the bedroom door.
To Marie, to your room.
Marie, get up! Someone's in our apartment.
Marie, you were awake, but you see now Andy standing in your doorway holding a knife.
Come on, get behind me, quick!
What?
We gotta get
What's
out of here, come on.
happening?
Just hurry.
I slowly get up. Well, I try to be fast as I get up.
Andy will try to like help you.
Whew, what's going on?
He puts his hand.
He puts his hand to his mouth, like shh, and like grabs your hand and like slowly walking, like trying to like sneak out of the house, and like as we're getting out of our bedroom door, kind of like keeping the knife pointed at the kids' room, and then like slowly getting to the front door and opening it.
I'll just follow you.
You don't hear anything, Marie. And as you stand facing the front door of your apartment, Andy, there's silence. Just the sound of the rain and nothing else.
The front door is open now.
If you open it. It was closed when you looked at it.
Yeah, Andy will open the front door.
All right. Where are you going?
You're here. What's going on?
There was a man on our couch. Or, I don't know if it was a man. It moved too quickly.
Okay, let's go to Ben and Laura's.
I heard a woman scream. From upstairs, we should check on them.
Okay. Maybe call someone too. Let's go.
Andy is gonna go to the elevator to go to the floor above, because that's where he thought he heard the scream and the run.
Yeah. And the two of you get in the elevator that slowly
I'm still holding the knife. Oh God.
begins to rise. No response, Nate. Just that sort of cold feeling that it worked.
Well, I think he's here, but I don't know where he is.
What?
What?
I can feel it. Like when he's here, it gets a little cold. It gets cold. Like it's not normal.
It
And
is March.
no, Ben, you know what I'm talking about. It gets cold when he's here, and it got cold like he's here. So he's here, but I don't see him or hear him.
Okay, maybe should we just burn it and then?
I
worst
think
case
we have
scenario,
to.
We make another candle and then. Or
Yeah,
should we do
yeah.
this on another night, or do it after we hang out with Andy and Marie?
I think we should just do it.
All right.
Yeah.
And
How long is it before we're supposed to meet up with them? Before I commit to that, how long
It's
is it
one of
before we're supposed to?
It's one of those things where you guys are in the same apartment building now. Just kind of feel it out. There's no
Okay.
real set time.
All right.
But the
Let's
guac
let's
will
go ahead
bad
and do it.
and brown.
Well, okay, so I don't know. Let's just do it. I mean, like max 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if something doesn't happen, we should know pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Let's do it while I feel the feeling.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll grab the candle. I'm gonna set it up as best as I've known about, because we talked about salt circles, right?
Mm.
You do know that having a protective circle helps. Yeah.
So you see me go into the kitchen, get like one of those little cardboard containers of salt, and just start drawing a circle and putting the candle in the middle of it and making it big enough for the three of us.
Ben reaches behind your thrifted couch and pulls out the Ouija board that you've had hidden. Do we need this? We should probably have this, right? It was-
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
started
part of
it?
the ritual.
Okay.
So we have to get in
Fetch.
here. We have to close the circle.
All right. Wait. And he runs over and opens one of the bags of chips, and
Okay.
slowly pulls one out.
You're
And
just gonna
then
sully
goes-
my circle? Is that how this goes?
Well, you weren't done yet, were you? Oh, you were. Sorry.
No,
Um,
it's fine. Just bring the chip. We might get hungry. Who
I'll
knows?
step-
Maybe this
I'll
will
step
take hours.
steps carefully over the
Takes
salt
the
back
whole-
in.
whole-
I would
Carefully
like
holding
to-
the
I
bag
would
chip,
like
but
to
then there's a giant
roll-
bag.
This behavior, considering how Ben has been historically, just as a person, let alone with anything to do with the supernatural, this strikes Nate as wildly out of character. Like this level of flippancy strikes Nate as wildly unusual for him. So
Cool.
I
Does
would
it,
like
Jeremy? Roll me a psychology. Your
Yeah.
very good psychology stat that you've given your character.
it's great in the future, you know? It's great in the future.
Damn it!
And then, you know, it's a hard success.
Oh my god.
How
Good enough.
do you keep doing that,
enough.
Jeremy?
Good enough.
That's what you get
How?
for
Good enough.
being a little
How
Good
do
enough.
you roll
Good enough.
a 3
Good enough.
on that? What the heck? Oh
Um,
my gosh. After all that teasing, Kelly, you got wrecked.
That's what you
That was-
deserve.
maybe that was my goal. My goal.
They're just trying to taunt me so I do better.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, it seems out of character, Nate.
Yeah. Can I tell what may be contributing to this?
He seems.
It already
I mean,
seemed out of character. What I want to know is what is up. Because I think it's already like, wait, this is different than how you normally act. This is more like, can I tell
I mean,
what
it's
is
hard success. Yeah. Okay. So Ben has been different lately, and all of you. This isn't something like you have talked about this as in character. Ben's been sad. He hangs out. He does the birthday parties. He goes to the chip cult. He helps with the studying, but he's been sad. And this, however Nate interprets Ben being old Ben interested in this, you see those moments of like talking about his favorite movie, or like getting excited introducing someone to like a new painter or something like that. Ben is once again excited about something, and it just happens to be this ritual.
And he did not confide in me about the situation with his parents, right? Like none of us other than Laura know about that, right?
I know Marie told everybody.
Okay.
Marie told Andy. Andy told Nate.
Yeah,
Wait,
you know that
Andy-
his parents, or do you
Well,
mean the
Nate-
inheritance?
Well, I think Nate is asking about the ritual. Correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong.
okay. Yeah, nobody knows that nobody except for Laura knows that he wants to contact his parents. Neither do you know that and you
And it
don't know
wouldn't
there's
be-
an inheritance.
Yeah, it wouldn't be reasonable for me to to make that connection. That like, aha! It's more just like he's gotten really interested in this for reasons that are not clear to me. But with I feel
I mean, you got a hard success if you, as a player, want Nate to make the leap that Ben is hoping that this spiritual stuff will do something about his parents. You definitely can.
I think Nate immediately starts to wonder, like, okay, he's got some ulterior motive. I think that's what I realize. It's not just
All right.
it's not just a basic interest. This is something else. And it is at this point that I turn to Laura, who does not seem, maybe she seems irritated, but not necessarily alarmed by this change in behavior, correct?
Because of my knowledge, it's very much like I know that Ben is excited that we're finally doing this to see if stuff works.
Yeah, so I'm gonna point at the both of you, between the both of you, and say, there's something you're not telling me.
Man. What do you mean? I mean, yeah, I know I had to do like the salt circle. Like, I know I didn't tell you
No.
about that, but-
Before when we did this, when we were messing around with the Ouija board, both of you were petrified. Now I know why you, and I point at you, Laura, I know why you are okay with it now, because we've talked about it and we've researched it. So you feel a little more like you're on top of it.
Yeah.
But what about you? And I point at Ben and I say, what's changed for you? And what do you know? And I point at you, Laura, what do you know that you're not telling me? Because something about this doesn't add up. I was never good at math, but this seems like 2 + 2 = 5 right now.
We're trying to get this done.
This dude's chowing on chips.
It's
That's
one
not
chip.
normal Ben behavior.
Ben looks at you, Laura, and sort of like again deflates a bit, and he says, I don't think it's fair that we make him do this without telling him why.
My fists are balling up because I genuinely don't know. Like, I've seen this man pull a gun. I do not know where this is going. So I'm not like
Still
this.
doesn't
It's more
know.
just, yeah, as we're
And
just
he-
sitting here like, what is about to happen?
He
Like,
turns-
glance towards the door.
He turns to you and like doesn't do his standard like Ben forced smile, just a regular smile, and says, you're right. I have some ulterior motives, and it's not fair to not tell you. I'm not good, Ben, or I'm not good, Nate. It hasn't been how things haven't been good lately, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
And I just feel helpless. I can't do anything to help anyone. You guys are my family. And something's wrong. And Marie and Andy are making our family bigger. And I don't want it to come into this. And sort of just like gestures around. I don't want it to come into people dying, and things are too hard. And I want to make it better. Now, this spell is supposed to be easy, and looks at Laura, but I mean, Laura put a lot of work into this and probably shouldn't do another all-nighter again. But we found other things, Nate, and one of them might be able to help the baby. I just want to try this first.
Help the baby how?
It's like, kind of looks at you, Laura. It's like a protection thing, right? Like a good fortune thing or something?
Yeah. It's, I think I may have mentioned it to you once. in the
Yeah.
past.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. You're just really hoping that we can protect the little baby?
Yeah, it feels like doing something. I can't make the world better any other way.
I'd like to
that I've
pull.
seen.
I'd like to pull Ben in for a hug, and just sort of hold him close for a bit, because I think. Well, first of all, Nate completely bought this, and this is the first time that Ben has really opened up in a meaningful way to Nate for a really long time. And it makes sense that, okay, yeah, you feel powerless and this is some power and now you want to help people. Okay. And Nate pulls him in for a big hug and holds him and is like, don't worry. We're going to make sure they're okay. I'm going to make sure you're all okay. I'll keep us safe.
Thank you.
Let's do this thing.
I love you, man.
I love you too, man.
Kind of like gives you like the pat on the back and pulls back. And I'm sorry that we kept this from you.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you for telling me. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
Let's do this. We don't have much time because we're supposed to hang out soon, and if we keep putting this off.
Yeah.
Give me the words. Give me the words.
As I'm going through my book to get Nate the words, I kind of meet Ben's eyes, like just a glance of. It's not worry. It's kind of like a feeling of like, well, we're in this now.
Give me a hard psychology.
Oh boy. Hard psychology. Okay.
It's already hard.
I know. I put a lot in my psych, so fingers crossed. Okay, I failed. I'm spending the 2. I'm spending the 2 on the luck. I know I might need this to save us from a spell going wrong, but I'm spending the 2 luck.
Yes. Oh my lord.
He returns a look that in any other circumstance would look like remorse. But it's more that like camaraderie of like, we're in this, that was worth it.
Oh.
I'm too frantic in the moment to really process it at the time. But also that sense of like, I found my person and they're my ride or die kind of settles that. I glance down at my notebook and I look at Nate. Okay, you say, a light of this wick with a wooden matchstick, this candle becomes a dissolution for everlasting from now on. Can you remember that?
Can you write that down?
Oh yeah, here. And I turn my notebook around and I put it in the group chat. And hand you the notebook.
And
Okay.
before we resolve that, Andy and Marie, you've made it to the floor above you, a bit panicked, but you stand in the hall with the heavily stuccoed white walls and outdated carpets below you. And what are you doing?
Andy's
Should we, like,
listening.
pull a fire alarm?
Andy's listening for the sound of like the woman screaming, any footsteps, like trying to hear where that sound was coming from.
You don't hear anything.
I don't know yet. I don't know if something happened. I just heard someone scream and some footsteps. That guy was in our apartment. Maybe he came
Okay.
from upstairs.
Okay.
Maybe
I
you
just,
should
like-
go to
Hmm?
Laura and Ben's apartment. I can look
I
at it
don't
myself.
think we should go, but I don't think you should go anywhere alone.
Okay. Well then just stay back, okay?
Okay.
And Andy's gonna go to the door that's like above where our apartment is and like listen closely on the door.
Give me a spot hidden. Or no, sorry, give me a listen. That exists.
67 out of 70.
Nice. You hear the Family Feud playing on the TV inside.
Is that it?
Seems so.
Andy does a stern, like, knock on the door.
A moment passes, and the door kind of opens a bit, and the chain stops it, and you see a eye poke out, a faded blue eye with clear wrinkles around it, sort of peek around the corner and say, "Can I help you?"
Andy has the weapon behind their back, so they're not, like, standing there with a knife in their face.
Is everything all right in there?
Other than this family really sucks. Yeah. Is everything all right with you?
Family sucks? Is
The-
someone hurt somebody? I heard a scream.
Oh, is the TV too loud? Sorry, I can turn that down.
And he's trying to assess from what parts they can see of this person, if they're lying. Because, like, sometimes a victim will be like, yeah, it's just the TV or whatever, you know, even though it's like something else is going on in there or someone else is covering for somebody.
Give me a hard psychology.
Ooh, hard psychology.
Telling from the side of his face.
Fair. Ooh,
Ooh.
no.
You're not too sure. Your
84 out of 37.
Your adrenaline is pumping, but verging on that moment where it's about to go down. So it's really hard to, like, focus over the sound of the heartbeat in your ear, and your wife, like, panicked behind you.
Okay. If you need anything, we're in the room below. Okay.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Did you hear anything? It didn't sound like a TV from what he said.
It may have been my bird screaming, but I'm not supposed to have that, so please don't tell the landlord.
Oh, we wouldn't tell. Your bird screams?
It's like a bird. It's kind of
Oh.
large.
Okay. Are you sure you didn't hear anything?
No. You're in the room below me, right?
Yeah.
I'll keep an ear out.
Why? How long have you been here?
About 50 years now.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yes.
Has the landlord always been an
Rent
asshole?
controlled. This one, yes. Once the new owners bought the place, they I think they were trying to get us out, so they hired a large, loud man.
Why would they
But,
want to get you out?
Well, to up the rent, of course. I have been paying I've been practically stealing this place for a while now.
Oh. How much are you paying for rent? I mean, not that you have to answer that, but I'm just curious because maybe I can negotiate for a lower rent.
Kind of, like, narrows his eyes at you. You're quite young, aren't you?
Yeah, and we have a little one on the way.
Well, you're gonna learn that there's quite a few things that you can't negotiate, and one of them is the price of an apartment.
Right. You've been here for 50
$250.
years. Did you... $250?
Yeah.
What? Marie, that's an insane markup. $250.
Yeah. And you can see, like, Marie is still, like, shifty side to side. Not really like, why are we spending so much time talking to this person?
Okay, well, if you didn't see anything,
I'm gonna get back to my show now. You have a good night.
yeah, you too.
And you hear the chain like rattle as the door closes. And as
Well,
you turn to leave, you see two figures standing at the far end of the hallway from where you just came from. One of them is a tall man, sort of shrouded by darkness. And next to him is a woman wearing a long dress that sort of like billows to the floor. It's got like a bit of green floral print. And you can see the light shining through holes in the man's chest. Nate, would you care to perform the ritual?
Yeah. I hold the paper in front of my face. We've now lit the candle. The atmosphere is set. We've made the circle. I trust that my friends have no sinister ulterior motives and nothing is being withheld from me. And I read, a light of this wick with a wooden matchstick. This candle becomes a, and I like look, dissolution.
Yeah.
Forever lasting from now on.
Do you light it?
Yeah.
And as you do, it sort of crackles a bit, and black smoke sort of like flies in the air before the fire catches properly and just sort of slowly flickers. And Ben looks at you, hands you the chip, and says, "All right, now try to talk to him through the board."
Oh, okay. And I'll hold the chip on the board, eyes closed, and say, "Wanjala, is it working?"
You sacrifice 5 power. Full stop. Your power score goes down by 5.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And you're going to lose 1d4 sanity.
Ah!
You're going to lose 3 sanity points. Not from the stat,
Okay.
from the actual points themselves.
Okay, so something out of 40 now goes down to 37, like out of 37.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't feel anything right away. But as the candle burns, you start to feel hot. The opposite of how you had felt contacting Wanjala. As if you're standing under an unobscured sun. But it feels nice and warms you from the outside in. Faintly in the distance, you hear what sounds like crowds of people passing by, the rumble of far-off vehicles and the ding of bike bells. You can hear people talking in a language you don't understand, but occasionally catch French words that you recognize from school. And you think you feel a hand grip on your shoulder, and sense a face right next to yours. And you hear him. It is them.
He says
I don't
it
know
is
what-
done.
It is them.
It is oh no. Who's them?
My family.
They're here?
Don't you hear them?
I listen. Do I hear what sounds like a woman and a child?
You can hear a faint crying, but not the like scared or sick or scared, sick or hungry baby screaming. Just like a regular sort of like rustled baby that's crying.
Right.
And the soft sounds of a woman trying to like calm it down.
I'd like to see if I can reach up and take the hand that's on my shoulder.
You touch your shoulder and it passes to your actual shoulder, but almost you can feel almost like the comfort of gripping a hand.
I'd like to say, Jala, I'm sorry for bringing you to me in the first place, but I thank you for your time and for your company, and I hope that you're at peace.
Thank you. I don't know what was holding me here, but you and your friends have... Well, they let me go home. And I will wait for my family there.
Can I ask you one more question before you go?
Yes.
Are we in danger from whatever your wife contacted? Are we in danger?
Yes. You should destroy that if you can. And you feel a bit of a grip on your shoulder, and the presence passing next to you. And
I
then you
open my
feel-
eyes to see if I can get a glimpse of it before he leaves.
The room is the same, but the candle has burned completely.
Whoa.
And Laura and Ben, you watched as he lit the candle, said the words, touched the Ouija board, and almost like a heat absorbed the candle and just melted it from the outside down. Andy and Marie, you are alone in the hallway, standing there holding a knife and panicked at the figures that you saw for a glimpse. And that's where we're going to go on break.
We're gonna take a break.
We gotta plan some stuff.
So we will be back in a moment. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Things may have changed during the break. Katie decided to decorate their Christmas tree. No, I'm just kidding.
Quick 5-minute Christmas decor change.
Kelly wanted to ask us a question. We took a little time to think about it. So now we have returned. The answer has been answered. But with that, I'm going to hand it over to Kelly, who's also going to provide you with a little bit of a trigger warning as well before we kick off the last half of this episode.
Yes. So I just wanted to let you know there is a potential miscarriage scare content warning. I mean, we all know that Carl exists, so it should be fine. But just if anyone...
Also, Kelly, you're much quieter all of a sudden.
Am I?
comparatively
What if
to
I
normal.
speak... Oh, how about now? I just wanted to get real...
That's better.
Yeah, it's better.
Real,
Yeah.
real sensitive with it. and
I
get
have
real
you at
close.
like 180, so that's the only reason why I asked.
Perfect. Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know about that. So if you don't want to hear that, maybe skip ahead a bit or step away and come back later. If you would so kindly dip us into a little bit more upsetting music. Thank you.
I got you. I just didn't want to start off with that intense music.
The date is Friday, March 17th, 1995. The time is 8:31 p.m. Andy and Marie, you have just seen for a second the horrifying visage of a massacred man and his family standing in front of you in the hallways of your apartment building as it flickered out of existence. I'm going to need both of you to roll sanity with a potential 1d10 halved.
Oof.
Oh, I
When
failed.
Oh no.
This is a regular roll, right?
It's just a sanity roll.
But yeah, regular.
Oh my
Oh no, you
gosh.
failed worse than me.
How? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't have it on the screen for the viewers.
I'm rolling it.
So we'd rolled a 74 out of 69 and a 96 out of 60.
And unfortunately, sanity is one of those ones you
Can't
can't use your
push.
luck on. So here I go. Okay. Not too bad. Could have been a lot worse. As you
Do we
witness
remove
this,
2 sanity?
Yes, you would remove 2 sanity. As you witness this, the immediate shock feels like a bolt of electricity through your body, and with 2 sanity loss, that content warning is null and void. As you
Oh.
feel your mind sort of twist against itself, but you manage to hold it together enough as you both stand there in the hallway.
I don't want to take the elevator. Let's use the stairs. And I'm gonna.
What the heck
look
is that?
at the sta- I don't know. I don't know.
What the
I
heck?
thought it was just
Marie,
in my
come on,
head.
hurry, let's go.
And I think
uh,
Andy is just kind of moving with Marie, like protecting and like continually looking back. behind
you
them.
hear the door that you had just been standing in front of sort of click open as you see an old man peek his head out, watching you two run away. And you head towards the stairs.
You saw that, right?
I did. There were 2 people, bloody, and but it was gone.
Maybe that was what I was seeing. I heard someone screaming. That's not real, right? Someone's fucking with us.
What could it be? A projector?
I don't know.
It's March. It's not October.
And you begin heading down the stairs. Back in Ben and Laura's apartment, the candle sits fully melted as if heated from something on the outside. And as the 3 of you sit in the circle with the remnants of the candle and the note of what to say next to you, you feel nothing, Nate. No presence, no cold sensation. There aren't any candles flickering around you, just a silence, as if you closed the door and turned off every electronic in your room. Did it work?
Oh, I mean, did you see that candle? I've never seen a candle burn like that.
Yeah, that was definitely weird.
Nate,
Is that a bad sign?
I talked to him. I spoke to him. It was like I was somewhere else.
what do you mean somewhere like not
Like
not here?
Another country, I think. It was warmer. I could hear people. I think it worked.
Did it work? It worked.
I think it worked. I can't feel him anymore.
I squeeze
Ben, like,
Ben's hand, like arm.
Ben hugs you and like pulls Nate in for a hug as well, and just sort of like holds you all together.
Oh my god, dude.
I can't believe we did magic. We're fucking wizards. We did it.
Did it seem like it was a positive thing, Nate?
Yeah. I think they're as okay as they can be. There's one other thing though. I think, okay, Ben, I don't know if Laura told you. When I spoke to Wanjala, he mentioned that that his wife had used the Ouija board, and he thinks that she accidentally contacted something evil, and that something is what led to them dying.
We were right. Laura and I were right.
Well, yeah, you were. It's just the thing is, I asked them because his wife was there. I asked them, "Is it still here? Are we still in danger from it?" And they said yes.
You
What?
look at the Ouija board in the circle with you, between all of you. So we have to destroy it. I mean, that's fine. Let's burn it or
Well,
exercise it or something.
we may need to. I don't know if destroying it is enough. We may need to try and like banish whatever spirit or whatever is there. I mean, I think destroying it is probably good, but at the very least we gotta, like destroying it. What if that just releases whatever's inside?
There's something bad. I mean, I've seen movies, like, I swear, where they try to throw away a Ouija board and destroy it, and it always comes back.
Yeah. Do you have anything in your notebook? And Ben will like stand and actually stop himself before he leaves the circle. Yeah.
Let me just, and then you'll see just Laura saying some things, moving some things around to like open the circle back up. However, I learned how to do it, and I kind of sweep aside a walkway in the salt.
And as he grabs it, Andy and Marie, where are you going?
We're heading to them. We're heading to their apartment, but we're not using the elevator. We're gonna use the stairwell.
Okay. So as you make it past your floor, and down to Ben and Laura's floor, exiting it out into the hallway, it feels warmer than the top two floors, and you sort of hear the like rattling of a radiator.
Andy's like holding the knife, like looking at the stairwell, and
Are you okay?
I'm scared, but I'm okay.
Go to Laura and Ben's apartment. Hurry.
Where are you going?
I don't know yet. I'm just gonna
What?
check.
I don't think you should go anywhere alone.
Marie, I'm gonna be okay. Just need to make sure things are secure.
And I turn and I go to their apartment door. I'm not gonna knock. I'm just gonna open it.
Would Ben and Laura have locked it for this ritual?
I would say yes.
I would picture them sort of going around like closing windows and curtains and then like locking the door and stuff probably.
Yeah, Laura's very much locks the door every night, like isn't like used to having a door open all the time because it's like this is our home, this is our sacred space. So she would lock the doors. I'm not sure if Ben would.
I mean, he wants the friends experience where people can come in, but I think that this moment, at least, he respected locking the door.
Locking the door while we burned a magic candle.
Is Ben a Friends fan?
Yeah, it's been on for a year.
I would have pegged him for a Seinfeld.
He made a
kind.
reference
that-
to it
That too.
in another episode.
He made a very weird early reference to Friends earlier. The keeper not realizing how recent Friends had come out.
Yeah,
but
and then we had to retroly be like, "This is an alternate universe where Friends is coming out."
Seinfeld thing. Yeah, with Friends.
Yeah, Seinfeld had already caught on by this point.
Friends and Cremaster came out earlier. But the three of you hear rattling at the door. as the door-
Frantic, like I'm trying over and over. Hello! Bang, bang, bang!
I'm gonna jump up and run to the door and open it. What are you okay? What?
There's
And then I
someone
just-
in our apartment. And I like go in and I close the door.
Where's
There's someone.
Andy?
Someone broke in and he's out there with a knife. He said he wouldn't come with me. He said that he needed to like check on things. I tried to make him
Nate.
come, but he wouldn't.
Okay,
Nate
well,
takes off running. Like Nate runs, picks up Marie, sets her gently to the side, throws open the door, and runs out of the apartment.
Ben stays behind and is kicking Salt
I was
away.
hoping. I was hoping that's what Ben was doing.
And like kicks the Ouija board under the like it slides across the hardwood floor and goes underneath the couch and is like trying to cover as much of the remnants of what you had done.
Come in. I and I like nervously look behind and see that Ben has removed the evidence and guide Marie to the couch.
We should call somebody.
Like the cops?
Yeah.
Hey.
Sure. Yeah. He'll go over to the phone. You stay with Marie.
Okay. You saw what? Did you see someone? Did you hear something? Like
I didn't hear. I was taking a nap and I was upset, and then Andy woke me up and he had a knife and he was saying that there was somebody on the couch, and then they were in the kids' room, and then when we were in the hall,
did you leave the door open? Was it like did you both fall asleep and someone just wandered into your place, or?
I don't know. I think I kept the door closed, but then we went, he said he heard screaming, so we went to check and see if everyone was okay, and nobody else heard anything, but then when we turned around, there were these people.
Okay, people like
And it was terrible. They were bleeding. Their eyes were dark. I couldn't, and they were, I don't know.
where are they now? Did they leave? Did they go in the elevator? Or what? Like,
I don't know where they went. I didn't see. It happened so fast, and then we took the stairs, and I came straight here.
okay, just breathe with me, like deep breaths. And I look over to Ben and kind of just give a look of like terror.
He's holding the phone, like about to dial, just like staring wide-eyed over at the two of you.
And I like frantically like motion like dial the phone. Okay, just deep breaths. I'm sure it was maybe it was just a prank. And we were in a college town. You know, people do stupid shit all the time.
We're not on campus. This is a regular apartment building. How did they get inside? What is happening?
People are weird.
He didn't come with me. Can we go get him, please?
Well, I know Nate. Would you feel better if we went and looked for him?
I don't know. Do you have anything? Do you have a baseball bat or?
You see me get up, and behind our couch we have a baseball bat, and I pull it out here and I hand it to Marie. I give Marie the baseball bat.
White knuckles, holding it as tight as I can across my body.
I run into the kitchen and I'm like rummaging through drawers, and I find like a shitty little steak knife that we have. Okay, Ben, do you want to come, or do you want to call, or like we're gonna go see what's going on?
Yeah. All right.
Are they coming?
Okay. Yeah. One sec. Yeah, they're on their way. They'll meet us outside.
Okay.
And then hangs up the phone. Yeah, let's go check on Andy and Nate.
I'm sure they're fine, Marie. I'm sure it was just a weird thing that happened. It's probably just Andy's probably just shaking hands with somebody who just moved in and the lighting was bad. I don't know. Let's just go look.
Okay. Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Meanwhile, Andy, you make it up to your apartment still holding the knife. The door is ajar as you had left it. What do?
And he slowly pushes the door open, looking in, and pretty much prepared to stab anything that jumps out at them.
You hear nothing but the rain and one of the curtains that you can catch through the door into the smaller room is just shaking with the wind.
Oh, did I leave the window open when I shouted out?
It definitely seems like you did.
Andy closes the door and locks it,
All right.
and then
Again,
moves
it's one of those ones where
slowly.
You have to, like, it's like you have to turn the thing.
Oh, it's
to
one of those
close.
ones, so you have to
Yeah.
wind it. And he moves like,
Um,
and he like starts like crouching a little. I don't know, just because I think it's just like reaction, and like is slowly making their way into the room. Uh-oh. Do we lose Kelly?
Oh.
We lose.
think we
lost
did.
Kelly and Shar.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I was just
That
about to
makes
ask,
sense
like, am I
because
there
they
yet?
both are frozen.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, because I'm rushing.
Frozen.
I guess I'll just narrate what I'm doing currently while you're doing that, because I just sustained an injury, so I think I get out of the door and halfway, like several steps into the hallway before I'm like, oh, and then have to like sort of take it slower and like limp my way very quickly, and I think I'm just gonna go for the stairs. But rather
Yeah.
than like trying to jump, I'll like put my hands on the handbar or the handrails, and then sort of like pull myself up in these big jumps, like one-legged jumps up the stairs to the apartment. So that's what's currently happening. I'm using my full athleticism to just whah, 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 before the towards the room.
Going full athletics.
Yeah, because go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell what's gonna happen next because I'm not the keeper.
It's true.
Transition to a scene with just us. We are the
Just
rulers.
the three of us in the future somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
We
sitting here
rule the
like-
world now.
Wow, that was a crazy thing that happened.
Yeah, the next day, like, pretty wild. It's weird
Whoa.
that it's specifically the three of us hanging out too. Huh? How about that?
That's true. That's true.
You might be wondering how I got here.
Yup, that's me.
Okay, so your injury again. Can you that was from the spell, right?
Okay, I think I'm back.
Okay.
This
But I have
no
to join
this
the Zoom.
this
Oh, this is-
injury.
the sports injury.
Yeah, this is a sports
Okay.
injury, so it's not super serious. It's just enough that it's enough of a tweak that they were like, I had to miss part of training. I think.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know that I really missed a whole lot of the season, but it's basically like I'm rehabbing it a little bit, but nothing like severe, nothing that,
Yeah.
that requires surgery or anything like that.
I imagine around Christmas time is probably when like the big games are. So you probably finish the good ones, and then now it's like the
I will
training
hear
stuff.
you in. I'll meet you here.
That's
You're
because
good.
I'm a ghost.
I got you.
All right. So the last thing I heard was Andy was
Yeah, Andy's like
crouching
crouching
around.
down, like just reactionary and slowly making their way towards the room. They locked the door in the front door first before they just started making their way slowly towards the baby's room.
You notice that a puddle has sort of formed underneath the open window as the rain and the wind blows the rain inside, and the curtain is now like damp. So when it hits, it makes this like
Damn it.
slapping sound.
And he will quickly try to close the window, winding that mofo as fast as possible. And like just one more peek back and forth in the window. Do I see
You
anything?
hear as Nate comes running through the door.
Yeah.
And he closes the window and immediately grabs the knife back in their hand.
I'm gonna run up and try and open the door, and then upon not being able to open the door, I'm gonna slam on it a couple times. Be like, Andy, are you in there? Do you need help?
I think for a moment, Andy's like freaked out because Andy thinks like someone's trying to break into the house. And upon hearing Nate's voice, calms down and lowers the knife and makes their way to the door, but still cautiously, and then opens it.
I'm like,
See,
Andy, if you don't say anything, I'm gonna break down the
Bro,
door in
calm down,
3,
shut,
2.
shush, get in here, be quiet.
What? What's going on? What's going on? Where is he?
I don't know. Look, homie, I got up. There was somebody on our couch,
I look at the couch.
and then they
no
they
one
like
there.
teleported. I don't know. They freaking moved so fast into the baby's room, and then they were just gone.
I take off for the baby's room.
Yeah, Andy
Give
follows
me
you.
a spot hidden.
Okay.
They're not there anymore. They were. I don't know.
I'll be the judge of that. Let me see. Okay, spot hidden. I completely lost track of where it was on my sheet.
There was like a blanket with a mound
'cause
in
you're
the
on-
bed, in
you're
the
on
baby's
D&D
bed too, right?
You're on D&D Beyond right now, Jeremy.
Yeah, I went to D&D Beyond by mistake. It's like, don't remember that particular skill. That is a failure. 81 versus 39.
The it looks
Can I
like
push
there was
it?
while Andy is panicking, tell me how you're like investigating the room next to your knife wielding friend.
Okay, so initially as I'm running up there, I'm like, oh no, something bad happened. And by the time I get to the door, it starts to play in the back of my mind like, wait a minute, there's a presence, there's still a threat. Oh no, it could be a spiritual thing. And when Andy starts talking about like they move real quick, I'm like, oh no, into the baby's room? That's where the Ouija board was. Oh no. And so I'm like, not just looking, but like giving like sort of my spiritual feelers. Like my spider sense begins to I force my spider sense to tingle as if I'm like raising antennae to try and be like, So I'm not just like looking around. I'm also like trying to feel for anything. I'm looking for any spots where I'd seen, because I think I saw figures in the room before. I'm looking for the normal spots. Just try to reach out my spiritual feelers to see, can I sense anything?
All right, go ahead and push it.
Okay, here we go. Guaranteed success. Hard success. 16 versus 39.
Worth it.
Dude, you and your
Um,
hard successes, wild.
You haven't felt a presence since that candle melted, and you can tell that that Winjala is gone. But as you enter this room and start projecting out your spiritual energy, you briefly sense something dark. The room itself is relatively bright. The light is on. The wind outside and the rain is like quieted down. Not that the window is closed. There's a sliver of cruel energy in this room, and you spot in the corner near the closet and the rocking chair the planchette.
I run over, grab that planchette. I look at Andy, and I'm like, we need to go downstairs.
Why?
No time. I grab him and just start running.
Andy follows.
All right. So were Marie, Laura, and Ben heading up or going down to meet the cops?
I was heading up to
Mhm.
find
Alright.
Andy. Like, I think Marie's really worried about Andy. So
The three of you basically run into Nate as he is sprinting down the stairs, and you meet in the landing of the 2 floors.
Did you see anything?
No. I look at Laura and Ben. I say, I think we need to go back down. And I hold up the planchette.
What do you need the
the
planchette
cops are
down there
coming?
for?
The cops are gonna meet us out front.
Okay.
You
You know
guys call the
what?
cops?
Ben, go meet the Ben and Andy, go meet the cops. Laura and Marie and me are gonna go to the room.
Marie,
Look,
it's
to
gonna be
the-
okay.
to-
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy will go over and just give like Marie like a big hug, like envelop her, like she's in his chest. It's okay, calm down.
I don't want to be without you.
You can
Maybe
come with me.
Andy, maybe I should take the knife.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
sort of reaches out his
here,
hand as
sorry.
you've got the knife like against Marie's back right now. And he sort of like slowly reaches and grabs it. And he's going to hand it handle first to you, Laura.
Okay. I'll take it, and I have the steak knife and this other knife now.
All right, we're gonna go. I just thought maybe it would be a bad look if we showed up.
Yeah, no, you're
to
right.
the cops holding a knife.
Here, and I grab the bat from Marie. I'll go put these back in our apartment, and then
Marie, let's go down to their
Yeah.
apartment. You can stay with me, don't worry. I'm a big guy. I'll protect you. Somebody comes after us, they gotta get through me. And you see me play. Nobody gets through me.
You're gonna be okay. Well, I'll just give the police all the details.
Okay.
All right, everyone's got their rolls. We're all good. We're calm.
yes.
We're just gonna go into the lobby. You 3 deal with that, and points at the planchette in Nate's hand.
Okay, and then I'm gonna grab. Well, I have my hands full of weapons, so I'm just gonna gesture and like hurriedly kind of start walking towards our place.
I'll follow with Marie. I'll put my arm around Marie and sort of guide her in that direction.
Ben and Andy following down the first flight, and as you leave the door into the hallway, Laura, Ben firmly grabs your arm and just sort of nods at you.
Just hurry back.
All right. Be careful. And he's gonna go downstairs.
I think I nervously look from Nate to Marie because like I mean Laura's having a panic of like Andy and Marie don't have any clue what we just did, and now we have to address something with this Ouija board. Okay, once we get inside, I'm gonna instinctively try to lock the door, but then realize that Andy and Ben still need to come back. So I like step back. I put the baseball bat back. I put the knives. I put their knife on the counter, and then I put my steak knife back away. And then, did I see that Ben kicked it under the couch? Because I was dealing with Marie.
Give me a spot hidden. Let me
Okay.
real quick, one sec. Let me check Ben's ability to hide things real quick.
Probably too high.
No, give me a regular spot hidden.
Okay. Oh man. Oh wow, I failed real bad. 83 versus 25.
Ooh.
You did not see him kick it under the couch.
I just kind of start frantically looking around the room. And then like checking cabinets, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees and just start like looking around, and then standing up and just like trying to find where this board is.
Mm-hmm.
So probably look a little crazy, just kind of.
Why do you have that? I say to Nate.
I say it was in your apartment. Here, have a seat. Let me get you a glass of water. I'm just gonna fill up a glass. I'm gonna get the biggest glass I can find and just like all the way with water, and then come back spilling some as I hand it to Marie. And then as she drinks it, I'm just gonna crouch in front of her And so I'm just like fully owling in front of the couch as Marie is drinking this huge glass of water, and I'm like, Marie, I gotta come clean about some stuff, okay?
I'm gonna have to pee so many times.
It's okay. Every pregnant woman I've spoken to says they have to pee all the time anyway, so nothing should be different.
Okay.
So, okay, I gotta come clean. Do you remember the Halloween party? When we used the Ouija board?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we were joking around about, haha, it's spiritual power and everything.
Yeah.
When we used it, I contacted something. I contacted someone.
I don't
You remember?
This isn't. Don't belittle me. I wasn't seeing things. There's really something going on right now. I
Yes.
don't appreciate this.
I'm not belittling you. I'm saying we actually did contact something. You were right.
We believe you.
I know because he kept coming back and visiting me. His name was Wanjala. He was a man who used to live with his family in your apartment. And he was killed, Marie. He was killed after his wife used that Ouija board and accidentally contacted something evil.
What? Why didn't you say anything?
Because I
That
didn't
thing's
want to.
been in there for months now.
Well, we took it out actually because we took it. We didn't know, and we
But
didn't
what about
want.
that? And I point at the planchette.
I don't think we put it there. I think something else put it there. Marie, when you came down here, we had just performed a ceremony to send Wanjala back to his family. And I don't know what you saw, but I think that that he went back. Okay, I know for a fact that he went back with his family. He's gone. But whatever his wife contacted, whatever led to them getting killed, that's still here. And I just sensed it. And I sensed it when I went up to your apartment, and then I saw this planchette. And I asked his wife, and she said that thing was still around, that it was still a threat. And I'm sorry, I thought we could solve the problem without involving you and alarming you and Andy, because I know that you had just moved into the house, and we didn't want to freak you out. But now it's gotten to the point where even when we do something good, it leads to terror for you, and that's not okay. You're pregnant. It's not right for you to be scared like this. And so all I can say is I'm sorry. I was wrong. I will do our best to get rid of whatever energy is left, but I'm sorry. I dropped the ball on this one.
Okay. Well. What do we do? How do we? Do you know things? You did a ritual. How do you know
Yeah.
about this?
Laura, she's a wizard with a computer, or I guess a witch. And she figured it out. She went on like a secret internet and found stuff in rituals, and we did them. And it sent Wanjala. It sent Wanjala back with his family. But now we have to find one that'll get rid of whatever it is that is threatening you and all of us, I guess.
There's a spell that I found that's like a protect child. We could try that sometime soon.
We could.
Okay.
Could we do it now?
I
you
called
see-
the police. I made us call the police. They're they're
I
not gonna
don't-
believe us.
Ben and Andy will deal with it. Ben knows what's going on, so we'll figure it
Okay.
out. It'll be fine. I don't know that we can do this one right now. I think it needs ox blood. Something called moly. It's like an herb.
Okay.
A hair from the chosen recipient. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this one a little bit more because we don't have hair.
Wow, you
Maybe we can
really looked this up. This is detailed.
Well, Nate was upset, and we needed to figure out a way to like send Manjala back in a positive way. And so yeah, I've been spending a lot of time looking up this stuff, and it seems like
Yeah.
it worked. So that's good. And so maybe
And,
maybe
and
there's
you've
something
been
else.
haunted this whole time, Nate? On your own?
Uh,
Well, not on your
yeah.
own, but
Well, I was sometimes around people when he would visit, but yeah, he would come and he would talk to me, and he had bullet holes, and he'd start bleeding everywhere, and then he'd go away, and he would ask to go back to his family, and he would always tell me that I needed to keep all of you safe, to protect all of you like he had protected his family, and that's what I've been trying to do.
and you trust this ghost?
We found a picture of him. I have the picture with me, don't I, Kelly?
Yeah, you printed it out.
I'm gonna take the picture and I'm gonna point out Wanjala and say, that's Wanjala. That's him.
It's not just a picture of Winjala, it's a picture of Winjala and the woman and the child that you had seen. The baby being held by...
That's him and his
the woman.
family. That's him and his whole family. Is that who you saw?
I don't know. It was so sudden, but I think so.
I
I think so.
That was them. That was them going back.
Wow. Wow. I just drink more water.
Okay, I can't find the Ouija board. So if anybody
I
wants to help me
immediately
find
start
it-
drinking wordlessly. I lift the couch with Marie on it. I lift part of the couch and look underneath.
Whoa!
I was gonna have both you and Marie roll a spot hidden, but 100% that's in character, so...
Oh, and
you-
I would see it under as soon as there's like dust bunnies and
Yeah.
the Ouija board and salt everywhere. So I grabbed the Ouija board. Okay.
Also like a condom wrapper.
Listen. A couple condom wrappers. And I grabbed that and I'm like, put the couch down. Put the couch down.
I set it back down gently.
Okay, so God, now we have to fill Andy in.
Speaking of... Meanwhile, Andy, you and Ben rush down to the foyer of the apartment building. And as soon as you exit the door and get out into the hallway, you hear, Andy!
Oh God.
Yeah.
And you see a massive man lumbering in his door as you rush out into the hallway. Andy, I've been getting complaints from everyone around you that you are making so much noise. I told you this was your last warning.
I understand, sir, but
I don't think you do.
I don't think you understand. Someone broke into the apartment. The police are here.
Someone broke into the apartment. Nobody around you has seen someone else.
Well, I did.
They see you running through the halls,
Yeah.
holding a
because
knife, I hear.
Someone broke into my apartment.
Where are they? Show me them.
I don't know. I think they got out.
I gave you plenty of warning. And now you're making up stories about people breaking into your apartment because you and your friends that are here all the time
Why
are
would I
having
call
a
the
party.
police if I'm making something up?
Someone else must have called the police.
No, we did.
Give me a fast talk.
Ugh. Okay. Oh, God. Thank goodness. 70 out of 75. Woo.
You see him like stare at you and like glare over at Ben. And you feel this impending doom of the thumb of the landlord, now also extending to your friend who just moved in a month ago.
I think you can see that, like, even the landlord can see. Andy may not be using, like, the sweetest words, but is horrified. Like, Andy looks scared, and he's kind of like a big, muscular dude to be scared. And it's not just scared for himself, but for his wife. I think there's, like, a level of, like, homie, let's get real. Someone broke into my apartment, and it's not even a matter of trying to persuade somebody. It's a matter of, like, this is a fact in Andy's mind.
I will go to the police with you. We will talk
Yeah.
to them together.
They should be here soon. Come on.
Andy will move quickly.
He hurries after you as much as he can, and Ben sort of like gets squished up against the wall as the two of you pass, and you get to the front of the apartment and wait. The rain outside sort of buffeting the glass door, and minutes pass. And for a moment, you think that maybe they're not coming. And then you see red and blue lights flashing.
Oh, thank God.
No siren, but the white and black RCMP car stops in front of the apartment as you and the landlord exit and approach them. Ben stays behind and sort of stands in the entrance watching the two of you leave. What are the three of you doing in the apartment now that you've found the Ouija board?
I'm just sitting on the couch, drinking my water, staring off into space.
Okay. So what do we do now? So let me get this straight. There's like an evil thing attached to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think either it's attached to just the board, or the board is like a pipe, you know, like how you can, you know, and the thing flowed through the pipe.
Like Mario?
Yeah, like Mario
Okay.
or Wario. It's like Wario because he's
Oh,
evil. Came into their apartment and is terrorizing them.
Oh no. Now we have to send Wario back through the pipe.
Yes.
Okay. And you see me like frantically looking through this book. And like after a few minutes, just kind of like quietly reading frantically, I don't think I have anything.
Give me an occult roll, Laura.
Okay. I have really low occult, so I'm super nervous.
While Laura's doing this,
Oh, I'm spending luck. I got a 10 versus
Oh!
5.
Oh!
I'm spending luck.
That's like so close. That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, I got very excited because I
No,
never
that's-
thought I'd
that's
get that
absolutely-
close.
that is absolutely excitement worthy. While you're doing that, I'm like sort of holding Marie's free hand and sort of like squeezing it intermittently to help add some grounding to the situation.
You get very excited, Laura, as in frantic note-taking during some all-nighters as you and Ben scour the internet. You discover a strange guide on containment of items like this from a weird couple in the South who tends to do this on a regular basis and claim that it is standard. There's no way to destroy it, and in destroying it, it would release the spirits out into the world only to claim another thing to latch onto. What you have to do is find a way to contain it, which can be done through some simple rituals that sort of fuse your belief in the protection into totems that you would put around the item, isolating it from other items and maintaining a ward on it.
Okay. So, we can't destroy that. I was right, like the movie thing. Like if we somehow destroy that, it'll just find another thing to attach to. It'll just kind of essentially release it into the wild, and that's probably worse.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's probably a lot worse. But there's a way to do it. We have to like find a way to keep it from other. We have to like set a ward on it to keep it from. Oh God!
Like
how
a
does this
genie.
work?
Like put a genie in a lamp. Like Aladdin.
Yes, so we have to like keep it. We have to contain it. We have to somehow find a way to stop it. Like put up a little wall around it.
Okay.
So I can keep reading through my notes and see if I wrote anything about wards or containing things, but I think that's all we can do.
Okay, and we just need an object that can be easily put away and never seen again
Yes.
to put it in.
Okay, so maybe we find something really small to put it in, and then
Game master, storyteller.
Yeah.
How big? Correct me if I'm wrong, but am I correct in thinking that the painting that Ben had asked Nate to destroy, that I did not destroy, is fairly small?
Yeah, it's like one of those like small
Right.
square canvases with like a wood frame inside.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly where my mind went. Just thinking of like things that hold spiritual significance that I might want to trap something in.
Right.
I will say to
the Ouija board is large. It's almost like a placemat size.
yeah. I'll look at Laura and I'll say, I think I have something.
Okay.
It's okay. Don't tell Ben. There was a painting he made that held power for him, and I took it away because he asked me to, and he asked me to destroy it, but I kept it because I thought it held significance. Like I thought it mattered, you know, like because it was emotional. Like he put stuff into it, but I'm wondering, it's small and he wanted me to get rid of it anyway. Maybe this is a way of sort of killing two birds with one stone. We put the energy into the painting and then we bury the painting. You know, we put it in like they do with the mob. We put it in cement and then drop it in a harbor, and you know, no one ever sees it again.
And you can see like Laura struggling with it when you say it's Ben's painting. I don't want to put something like evil into something Ben made.
Do we have to change what it's in? Why don't we just do your idea with the board?
And then you see Laura like flipping through a couple pages and like scanning down. I mean, I guess we could do that. We could just set. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe we need to make something up. Maybe we create a salt circle, we seal it, and we just set the intention that it stays in here. And then we bury it. We put it in cement. We drop it in the bottom of the ocean.
Okay. I'm fine with keeping it
Okay.
in the board.
Do you really think putting it in like Ben's painting would be like a good thing to do? Like we can probably move it to something.
It's just, to me, it should be something that has power already. You know? And Ben says that when you paint stuff, you put yourself into it. You put your feelings, you put your energy into it. And so, and that painting had so much energy for Ben that he didn't even want it to exist anymore.
because it was hurting him. And it hasn't hurt him since, because it's not with him anymore. But I'm wondering maybe if we put it in the painting, you know, it has power. And I don't want this board to even exist. It's caused so much suffering for people. I'd rather smash it, you know?
Okay.
I feel like we need to ask Ben though. Like, I don't want to do this without him.
He doesn't know the painting still exists. He doesn't want to know. He doesn't want anything to do with it.
Maybe you should give the painting to me. I just don't think that, like,
No, because then it'll be close to him again.
I know, because I can destroy it because he asked you to.
If you don't want to put it in, then we won't. But
There's something so sinister about this piece of wood and something that Ben put his feelings and emotions in. I don't want to put a layer of darkness on top of it.
oh no, trust me. That painting is dark.
And you just see Laura, she's just quiet as you say it's dark.
Am I forgetting that we never did we ever tell Laura the details of what happened that night?
You know, and in canon, she doesn't know even in 2023. So
Yeah, she learns about it from you in 2023.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I will ask the group. I know that there are certain things that seem kind of hazy in the future that we don't really remember for reasons that are mysterious and currently unresolved. Is this something that would make sense to fall under that banner because it is associated with all of the spooky and or ookiness that is happening? If not, that's absolutely fine. But if so, that is an option.
I will say as a keeper that we can go with the idea that Ben wanted this, that Laura knows that Ben wanted this painting destroyed, but not the events of
Okay.
the party and stuff like that.
Then all I'll say is, look, what the painting holds, the power that it holds, is already very dark.
I look to Marie. What do you think?
I think if he asked you to break it, you should have broke it. Destroyed it. If we use it as a vessel for whatever this is, we're not going to be able to break it, right? It'll have
No.
to stay because that's what Laura's saying.
It lasts forever. If it breaks, or we burn it, or we do anything, it releases what's ever in it. Ben's been through so much. Like, I don't want to tempt fate by putting some evil spirit in a painting he made.
But why did you not destroy it, Nate?
Because Ben's my friend, and it's got a piece of him. And I didn't want to, you know, it was the first painting of his that he ever showed me, and I thought it was special. And even if it was dark and it was something that was, you know, that was hurting him, I thought maybe keeping it farther away from him would help. And it has.
How do you know that?
He was in a bad way. He was really hurting. He seems so much better. I mean, look at me, smiles. He makes jokes.
Can I do a psychology roll or something on Ben's true mental state since I live with him?
Yeah, I'll let you roll. I believe that I mentioned how he is now, but I'll let you try to go a little deeper. So give me a psychology. Actually, wait one sec. Let me check something again. Give me a hard psychology.
Dang it. Okay. Extreme
Oh my
success.
God.
6 versus 30.
What? Wow.
Dice are saying it's meant to be.
Extreme. Telling a
He
story.
hasn't been good for a while. You don't remember how exactly he was before not being good, if that makes sense. When you first met him, when the chip cult was first starting out, it was a whirlwind and rush of college and new friends and new experiences. And when you started becoming interested in him and you guys started dating, that was just sort of how he was. And then when his parents died, he went dark. But really thinking about it now and really remembering what it's been like being around him and paying attention to him and caring about him and focusing on his needs, he hasn't been good. And even those jokes and smiles and laughs that Nate talks about are practiced and intentional when he does them.
I know you think that Ben's good, but Ben's not good, Nate. Just because you see snapshots of his day and moments where you catch a glimmer of a smile or a lighthearted anecdote doesn't mean that Ben's okay. Ben hasn't been okay in a long time, and do you know how hard it is every single day to see the person I love struggle with it? Each moment is a struggle. I don't know that it's that stupid fucking painting. All I know is that maybe there is something that he just inherently knows in the universe is hanging over him. I don't want to put another fucking evil thing into his life. His parents died, for fuck's sake. And I think I'm slowly watching him die each day, and I'm trying so hard to keep it together for him.
Keeper, am I correct in thinking that Nate had not been told that Ben's parents had
I
died?
don't think we know that.
I think we've asked this question before, and
Yeah.
Marie is a blabbermouth and told everyone.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I told Andy
Yeah.
right away, and Andy told me.
And
Yeah.
you told Nate. Okay,
In
that
all
makes
the-
sense.
That's true.
In all the subsequent
Okay.
birthday parties, you noticed the moments of like dipping and coming back.
Yeah.
It's well known at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I'll
I was also like,
One-
do we know that? I forgot.
yeah. I'm so sorry, Laura. Like you said, I don't know if it's the painting, but that sounds really tough. It sounds like impossible. And I'm sorry that you're in that position, that you can't help him. That you see he's lying in a well, and all you can do is throw down a rope. But the rope's too short.
I will pull him out. And that is something that I'm going to do. Will you please just burn the painting or do something with it that it will no longer be in existence when you get back?
Yeah.
Have a balcony.
Does Nate have it? Do you have it with you right now?
I put it in the bottom of my hockey bag, I believe.
Yeah, you put it in your bag.
So if I brought the hockey bag to this, then I would. If I did not, then I would not.
I'll let you decide if luck roll or you say that Nate brought it.
Let's do a luck roll. Because it could be one of those like I'm never without my hockey bag things,
Yeah.
even if I'm a bit I'm injured at the moment.
You are
All right.
going to a party. It might be full of chips.
You never know. Okay, I will roll. That is a failure. Does that mean that I do not have it?
You do not have it.
All right, then I'll look pensive and I'll say, I can go do it now.
Okay, well, what about this? Like,
What do we put it in? What about like a button or something? Something insignificant.
Well, it's like you said, Marie. We can just leave it in there. We can just leave it in the board,
Okay.
and then we can put the board in Quikrete or something.
So we have to go to the hardware store and get stuff. So like this is gonna take some planning. I think I need more salt. Also, do we have a window that overlooks like the front of the building?
Yeah, you see sort of the street out front.
I'm gonna pull the curtains aside and see if I see them outside and they're still dealing with cops.
It's a good segue. You guys are killing it. You see the lights flashing, and Ben, standing in the entranceway to the apartment, watches Andy and the landlord talking to the cops. How much of the story are you telling them in earnest, Andy?
I'm not telling them all the details, but I'm telling them most of them.
All right. So as the three of you stand in the rain, this sort of like upset looking but trying to appear concerned RCMP taking in your story, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
All right. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, 38 out of 76, hard success.
You, as you said, you're not using honeyed words. You're more frantic and
Recanting.
in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even as the rain sort of soaks the three of you, and your adrenaline starts to wear down, you do still find all of the right words and phrases to convince this cop to come in and check it out. And Ben just sort of watches as the three of you, the landlord looking quite upset at this point, come into the apartment dripping wet. He looks at you. So?
So,
Ben asks, how's it going? Are they believing you?
I think so.
You can see the cop and the landlord like make their way to the elevator.
I think so.
Okay,
mean,
that's good.
I just told them what happened. I mean, not everything, but
Do you want me to
nothing
stay
I said was a
with you?
lie.
No, of course not. Do you want me to come with?
To go back to the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to finish closing the window. There's a bunch of water in the baby's room.
Okay. Are you
No.
coming?
I don't want Marie to worry.
Yeah, right. Go ahead. And as you join them, having to squeeze in a bit in this small elevator with a cop and your landlord, the door opens and you can see Ben like pointing that he'll be coming up. The elevator slowly rises and makes it to your floor, opens slowly with a ding, and you stand in the hallway leading to your apartment. The landlord at this point is like taking the lead and just sort of like stomps over to your door, leaving this trail of wet footprints behind. Opens the door and sort of gestures for the cop to go in as you trail behind them.
That's where I saw them on the couch, and then he went into the baby's room.
The cop has neither of them have taken their shoes off, so there's just like mud and water now trailed into the apartment. You see the cop with a flipped notebook just sort of taking notes. And you said he ran from the couch into this room and walks over, and
Yeah, into that
the
room.
window's open a bit.
Yeah, I opened the window.
All right. And you're sure it was not open when you heard and saw the figures?
Yeah, I opened it because I heard screaming. I thought the screaming might have been coming from outside.
This water will leak into the floor. Get a towel, Andy.
Andy finishes closing the window and goes and gets the towel.
and you can hear whispering from the room a little bit. And as you come back in, the cop has like a pen and is lifting up the blanket inside of the crib. Is your wife and child here now?
My wife is still pregnant, and my child's in our friend's apartment. My wife's in my friend's apartment.
Your
Sorry.
child is your. Have you been drinking today?
No, I'm just distraught and tired. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm gonna need to take a statement from her as well. And you can see your landlord is now ignoring what's happening and is like basically looking at all of the like corners of the room, checking any scuffs, and is basically going into like inspection mode of any like damages maybe that you've done to the apartment. You see him like poke his finger in a hole where you'd opened the door and it sort of left a little dent in the wall, and just sort of frowns and grunts. And about an hour goes by of the cop asking you very similar questions over and over again, trying to make sure that you're saying it straight, but mostly probably just being an asshole. At any point, do you retrieve Marie?
Not until requested.
All right. Yeah, about an hour passes. So it's almost 10 o'clock at this point. And the cop now with like several pages of just notes says, I'm going to need to talk to your wife now.
Andy nods and looks at Ben.
He's been basically leaning up against the wall in the entrance hallway the entire time, and he looks over. Hey?
Can you get Marie?
Yeah, all right. Give me a spot hidden.
88 out of 50. I don't see it.
You're getting the exhaust. No, it won't be a push it because it's pretty in the moment as he walks away. The exhaustion and the lack of adrenaline now is starting to take hold. In that hour, had Nate left?
Yeah, in that time, I think once he verified, like he might do like a little down the hall sort of peek to scope out like what is actually happening, just to check in. But once it's verified that like, oh, Andy and Ben are speaking to the police and Andy's answering a bunch of questions, Nate's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go take care of business while they're busy with that.
Yeah,
and presumably Laura, I presume that Laura's gonna be looking up stuff with Marie to figure out maybe how we seal it in there.
Yeah, you spot
Oh
that
yeah,
there is
Marie actually
another...
has a cult too.
There is another officer standing outside of Marie and Andy's door. He had followed up afterwards. So you kind of like go upstairs, peek down the hallway, see that, and then head back down. Are you going to take the bus back to UBC?
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime,
You don't want to run
Marie...
back?
It just occurred to me, actually.
Oh my God.
How many miles is it? How many miles did
It's
we
It
say?
wasn't that
miles.
much. It was like,
It was
yeah,
like
3 miles. How long would it take? Like glancing at the bus schedule, how long will it be before the bus gets there? Because I can 3 miles. I feel like I could run that in 15 minutes or less. Well, maybe not 15 minutes, but under 20 minutes.
Like Jeremy was gonna be like, well, if I could run.
Yeah, if I can run that I could run that in under 20 minutes.
Yeah, so as on foot, so it is about 6.4 kilometers, which is whatever distance in your weird made-up distance. So the bus would be about 45 minutes, and I don't remember how we calculated how much running would be.
It would not take that long. It would not take that long to run.
What about with an injury?
It's a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
It's a shoulder injury? Oh, please. Yeah. I thought it was a leg injury.
You kind of have to move your arms to run really fast, but I guess
it's
if you're
also
just chilling.
It's also rainy, but fit people are wild, y'all.
Yeah, like I feel like if you are an elite like athlete
Yeah.
on track for the highest professional league in the
Oh
world,
yeah, you run in the rain
then
or
you are.
shine. You
Yeah, I could
tournaments
run like a
happen in
5
the
minute.
rain.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could run like
I've
a
run
5
so
minute
many
or
cross
less mile.
countries where I thought I was gonna slip and fall down the side of mountains and
That's disgustingly impressive. As you sprint back to your dorm, you'll make it before this interrogation is even done. But in the meantime, as Nate just pelting himself with rain, apparently, booking it through booking it to UBC, what is Marie and Laura doing?
I think just instinctively starts walking over to my computer as soon as Nate leaves. Am I crazy for thinking that we shouldn't put it in the painting?
No, I don't think so. I don't really understand why Nate didn't do it, but I guess the two of you have been keeping a lot of secrets lately.
Listen, I know. What was I supposed to say? Oh, Nate's being followed by a spirit, and I'm just looking stuff up on the side of the internet nobody goes on, and I'm making a candle that took 12 hours, and then we're burning it. You have a lot to worry about yourself. I didn't want you worrying about this too.
Yeah.
What would you have told me?
I tell you everything.
Nate told me to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Seems like. Okay, well, do you want to help me look stuff up, or do you just want me to see if I can find something?
No, I'll help you.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't know. I probably should have told you. When someone tells me to keep a secret, I don't want to. Secrets just don't seem to help anything. You have had to have secrets that you've kept from me. Like, there has got to be something that you have not told me.
Can't think of anything.
Well, one
It's
day
fine. It's
there
fine.
probably will be, and then we'll be even.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you mad at me?
Let's just focus on solving this.
Well, that's a non-answer. I'm
You
just like,
you did what you thought was right. I know that you weren't doing this on purpose. And I don't know. There's a lot I have a lot of feelings. And I'm trying not to feel anything right now, and I just want to I want to help how I can help. Just because I'm pregnant doesn't mean I can't do shit, okay?
I didn't think that. I've never thought that. Honestly, you handle more all this shit with Andy right now. Like, what was I supposed to roll up with my ghost stories and bother you with that?
I don't know. I just feel like helpless. Like we were staying there this whole time. We could have done something.
I swear I didn't know that there was something in your apartment. I thought that Nate just had a buddy that was hanging out with him and that we were just trying to find like for lack of a better word, humane way to send them back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure that you guys don't get hurt. Like, I was already looking up things to hopefully help with the baby, and well, and you as we're talking, like, I'm just like absentmindedly more like I just do this so frequently, just pulling up this website that I always look at, and trying to search while I'm talking with Marie for a way to contain the Ouija board.
Are you gonna help at all, Marie?
Oh yeah.
So, Laura, roll computer use, and Marie, roll occult. And since Laura has pretty much scraped the barrel of her knowledge of doing this, I'm gonna need both of you to succeed these rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
scared.
No whammies.
Ah!
I got a success. Let's
Extreme
Um,
Got Yeah.
we'll get back to you, but know that over the course of an hour, um, maybe a couple hours, we'll see, that you are going to net something. And on our timeline right now, Nate, you make it to your dorm room sopping wet at this point. You hear the RA sort of yelling at you for bringing in so much water and just like trailing it through the dorm right now, and then just kind of give up because he doesn't actually give a fuck. And
I just look at him and squeeze out part of my shirt and then just keep walking.
dude, come on. All right, whatever. You hear a flicking of a lighter from his apartment or his dorm room. As you enter your room, it is cold and messy and dark.
I'm gonna look through my bag, sort of solemnly, not like just throwing everything out of the way, but I'm just gonna, because I feel like running through that rain really reflected my inner self right now. I felt all good about the Wanjala stuff, but then it's like, dude, the fact that this threat is still here, and even in the process of getting rid of, or sending, not even getting rid of, but sending Wanjala back, that like terrorized my friends, and now there's the sense of like betrayal, and I'm just feeling awful, just like, dude. And now I'm like, there, because why didn't I destroy this painting? I don't know. I care about it. And it's like a piece of my friend. And I don't want to destroy the piece of my friend. And it sort of symbolizes the connection that I had with Ben. Because, like, sure, he's dating Laura now, but I knew him before anyone else. He was my buddy, and I brought him into the group. Doesn't mean like, I possess, but everybody's moving on, you know? And like, this was a special thing that he and I shared. And this is a piece of me with him. And I miss it. I miss being as close of a buddy with him and with everybody else. And so I think that's kind of like, yeah, and just like slowly taking it out. But I gotta get rid of it because it's like it's wrong of me to. It's wrong I still have it. It's wrong of me to keep it, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss him. And
And
just
as
solemnly taking it out.
as those thoughts go through your head, pulling out all of your equipment, finally a drop of water falls from your face and lands on the blood of the painting, and it sort of spreads just a little bit, but you find it at the bottom of your bag.
Yeah, I take it out and I look at it. And I'm curious, as I hold this thing in my hands and look at it, Ben has talked about like sort of putting pieces of yourself and putting power into things. Do I sense anything from this painting? Because we don't know if what is happening with Ben is in any way tied to the continued existence of this painting. Can I sense anything coming off of it?
As the drop sort of falls, as you hold it vertical, it sort of smears a little bit of the painting. Give me a hard power. Oops, ignore that. Give me a
Okay.
hard power roll.
Okay. Is this something that I'd be able to push?
I will allow you to push dangerously.
Okay. Let's do it. That's,
Oh my
that's a
god!
99 versus
No
17.
way.
Never mind.
You
as-
crit failed!
As your stat is
I'm
below
here
50,
for that.
a 99 is a fumble.
You have got to be.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Perfection.
I'm going to message you something, Jeremy, because I think
Oh my
it'll have
God!
more impact coming from you.
Okay. Uh,
More
All right.
impact coming from you.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what is it?
I look at this painting, and that blood starting to smear and spread. From the water that fell from me from being outside. I feel like this dripping that is happening right now feels to me like an extension of my sadness and guilt, but also my genuine desire to maintain connections with all of my friends, with all these people that I call my friends, and the feeling of increased isolation as I know I'm heading more towards the NHL. I know that doesn't seem to be the path that Andy is on. He's going in a different direction. Ben and Laura are already heading in a different direction. I feel I'm being pulled further and further away from my loved ones, and seeing a piece of me fall onto this, a piece of that feeling, and it feels like a piece of me falling onto this painting, and not just fall onto it, but like change it, which I don't think Nate realized could happen. Like, I don't think Nate realized that if you drip water on some paintings, depending on what it's made out of, the painting changes. And I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, this sure, Ben made this, but this is different now than what Ben made. I just changed it. Like, it's not just a part of Ben, it's a part of me. I can't give up that connection. Like, even if I lose even if I'm not talking to Ben 10 years from now, you know, we're in completely different places, at least I'll still have this, and I can look at it and remember that time with not just him, but all of my friends. And I think I look at it and this is not something that I can bring myself to destroy. I don't think I want to keep it hidden away the way that I have. I think I want to keep it, but I start trying to formulate a plan to do something a little more with it. But in the short term, I don't think I can bring myself to get rid of it. And I think for a long time, I just sit there on my bed, gazing into the depths of this painting, sort of a Mark Rothko-esque, being just like swallowed by the intensity of the colors and the emotions that are depicted, and how much I resonate with that sense of like fierce connection and protectiveness for my friends.
And as you sit on your bed looking at this painting, Laura and Marie, you find a interview from this mysterious couple who are experts, apparently, on housing these dark spirits. Someone who's actually been within a room that they keep all of these toys and armor and clothing that has apparently been possessed. And there's a detailed, not guide, but an understanding from Marie on what needs to be done to prevent these spirits from being released. And it mentions prayer and religion, but you understand that it's the belief, the faith that it will work that is the most important thing. And it doesn't really matter where you put it or where you store it, just that you create something, a totem, a story, a painting, anything that represents your faith, that you can keep the evil within this object hidden away. And you would maybe put it in a case, a trunk, a chest, a wall, a glass frame, and put whatever you created on it to represent your faith that that darkness will never escape. And as you each take notes, writing down the processes that you think will work, there's no knock on the door. And in the stairway leading between Marie and Andy's apartment and Ben and Laura's, we see Ben sitting on the stairs, weeping, his tears falling to the steps. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
What?
What does it mean?
I don't know, but I'm confused. All right. We'll change this music. It's giving me
The
anxiety.
puzzlement is palpable.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining this episode. We hope that you enjoyed it just as much as we have, and we can't wait for the next one. We have to wait like a whole other episode to get to the end of this episode. It's like, oh, it's just as much a teaser for us as it is for you guys. And then we're always like a whiplash for like, oh wait, what's going on when we're in the other time frame? But of course, before we wrap up today, we do want to thank our sponsor. Thank you so much, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. It's been super handy with our rolls and letting us know whenever we've gotten hard successes, extreme successes, and stuff. Otherwise, you have to do math, which I think for some people that is fun. For other people, that is harder. So I would probably make a lot of mistakes. And of course, we have merch. You can check out merch over at designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4it and get yourself a mug for your holiday cheer. And of course, a cozy sweater to keep you warm this holiday season. And we do want to thank our supporter, Hero Sheep. Thank you for being badass. We appreciate it. Get some roll love in chat for Hero Sheep. And if you would like to become a supporter just like Hero Sheep, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier or above. And if you're legend tier and above, not only do you support an episode, you also get to play in a private GM'd game. Shar is GMing for a little bit here, which is a little fun. And Shar is an awesome GM. I'm just like, putting that out there. So definitely get your Shar time in. I don't think you've GM'd for Roll4It yet, but I wouldn't say never. But I've played in other games with Shar as a GM. And of course, there's a whole bunch of other goodies over on our Patreon from, low $1 tiers all the way up. So depending on what you want, and maybe we'll have a new map. I've heard that Kelly is working on one.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, so maybe next episode you'll have one of those. But of course, we always have a whole bunch of other stuff. If you want to check out our character sheets, you can check them out over there. And we also have Twitch. If you're watching us live right now, you're on Twitch. You can hit that sub button. And not only does that give you a way to support us, it also gives you access to the VODs in advance, as well as emotes, which are really, really fun that you can use everywhere. And of course, if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to us with your Amazon Prime sub for freebies-ish. I mean, you have to have Prime sub, so it's not really free. But otherwise, that money just goes to Jeff Bezos. So you decide what you want to do. And of course, you can become a YouTube member over on YouTube. And if you're a YouTube member, you get access to some of those emotes as well. Whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord where we will chat about all the things. I think Papa Tim was catching up on stuff, and I was just watching their like recap of all the episode. I was like, yes, I love all of the emotions you're going through right now because we also went through them. We have a private chat, so while we're live, we're like sending each other gifts and stuff like that, which is always fun. Otherwise, we'd be like losing it. Sorry.
No, it's fun. I do it too.
It's how we contain ourselves, Kelly. Otherwise, we'd be like blurting things out in the middle of someone else's scene.
Yeah.
It's fair.
And of course, we have lots of non-monetary ways to support us. We know not everyone can support us in a monetary way, but you can watch us live on Twitch, make those clips. We really appreciate the clips. Watching us over on YouTube, subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, and of course, following us on X and Facebook and liking, sharing, resharing, and commenting over there. All of that goes to support us. It may seem like very little things, but they really do make a difference. And of course, if you have friends, share them with friends. Tell people about it. If you know people who are interested in live shows, definitely share that with them. And maybe horror is not their vibe, but we have plenty of other great shows over on the Roll4It YouTube channel that you can check out. From like dramas in like the 1800s to, crazy fantasy orcs. So, you know, kind of pick and choose whatever it is that gets you going. And of course, with that, I would love for these wonderful people to say where they can be found, because not only are they doing amazing things here on Roll4It, they also do other stuff on the internet and in real life places. So I am going to kick it off first to our keeper, Kelly. Where can people find you at when you are not traumatizing us with landlords?
Being traumatized by
Brutal.
landlords.
Yep.
You can find me on Kelly's channel on Twitch. I've been playing Baldur's Gate. I'm doing a full Jack of all trades run where everybody is picking one level from every class, and it is chaos completely. Also been playing co-op with Shar and Jeremy, and I played some Lethal Company with another friend of mine, and we might be doing more of that in the future. Go there now. No more Googling Linktree the Mind Right, but also you can do that as well.
Also, I just realized when all the chaos happened with the cameras, I've had Katie and Shar on the wrong spot for this whole time.
Oh no!
Since then, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
well, I am Katie now.
Because I was gonna go to Katie next, but then Shar was in the box, and I was like, "That's weird." Because I just kind of, I have
don't
like
know
a
which one to
pattern
shoot.
that I zigzag around in. Real Katie, where can people find you at when you're not feeling bad for your boyfriend and hacking the internet with your best friend / lying to them?
Marie's mad at me.
I didn't say that.
I could.
She's
I
not
could
mad.
Feel it.
She's just disappointed.
She is. She's disappointed and maybe mad a lot. I am Katie Peters Plays. You can find me on Twitch, Katie Peters Plays, and at katiepetersplays.tv takes you to that page. I've said page and Katie Peters Plays way too many times. Just go there and you can follow me on everything.
That's how I always feel whenever I'm like saying my spiel. I'm like, did I say my name like 300 times?
I did. I just did. So.
Next up, we've got Jeremy. Where can people find you at when you are not running in the rain and continuing to keep paintings that you're saying you're going to destroy?
You say that like I'm not always doing that in my real life. Hi, everybody. My name is Jeremy. You can find me on
Don't
Twitter
give
at
Jeremy your
JeremyCop1.
paintings.
Don't, because I won't destroy them. Oh,
Don't
well,
cry
give
on
them
it.
to me if you don't want them destroyed. Because
Not
they
fair.
deserve
And
them
not
forever.
destroy it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at JeremyCobb1, and it's Cobb with 2 B's, the number 1. Also the same on Blue Sky. You can find me on Instagram at the Cobbmeister. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/CasualQuestLive, where I play Baldur's Gate 3 with Kelly and Shar, among other things. I play Fallout New Vegas and Metal Gear Solid as well. Fun times. So go check that out. And then also on the show 3 Black Halflings. Good times. We're doing interviews and talking about TTRPGs and diversity and inclusivity and all sorts of fun stuff. We have actually shout out to Storyteller Squad. I don't know if those. I'm not sure of the timeline when this is coming out in relation to those, but we've got really exciting episodes coming out right now that are interviews and then actual plays with Storyteller Squad and Coyote and Crow, featuring some very, very fun casts. And we've got a one shot with a special one shot that in fact Shar is going to be in. So stay tuned for that. Coming up in the next couple of weeks.
That's awesome.
Come check out some 3 Black Halflings for some goodness.
Perfect. And last but not least, speaking of Shar, where can people find you at when you are not putting on the best like horrified waifu scene ever? I was like, oh my gosh, Char's killing it right now.
Thank you. You can find me at Charlene Bayer on all social platforms. And you can check out my 2 shows, Drinking and Screaming and Tabletop Titties, for other content that I'm in. Both of which are horror related, one of which is TTRPG related. And check out 3 Black Halflings for this fun December one-shot that shall be coming your way soonish.
Ooh, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, hopefully, Kelly and Char's landlord won't arrive in their apartment after that scene.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I try not
dear?
to be too loud.
That's what they always say.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all the places. I do lots of things on the internet. And if you want to find them, you go there to find them. I also make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. And with that, we're going to go record an after show. So we're going to talk about all the things. And so if you want to see those things, you can support us so that you can get access to that stuff. But with that, we will see you all next week for another episode of Project Morana. Toodaloo. You get to watch our awesome
Bye.
trailer, so enjoy that.